future Bomber hockey is on the air.
Cutting it on goal. Shoot, scores! Breakaway goal!
Brought to you in part by the North of 53 Co-op, Bailey Homes, Hud Bay, Great North GM, KFC, Arctic Beverages, and Jim's Custom Doors and Windows.
This crowd is going berserk.
Now here with the call to action.
Oh my goodness! What a scrap here!
The one and only.
Arbarian just rebound scores! Vladimir has got his second of the night. Vladimir gobbled that one up like a big boy on a cheese.
10 seconds.
Voice of your Flin Flon Bombers.
Backhand scores! I called it!
Mr. Rob Hart.
Alrighty, thank you very much, and welcome to the friendly confines of the Whitney Forum. A month in between home games. It almost reminds me of the Western Hockey League when the Bombers go on a road trip for a month and come back. It's been a long time, 8 straight on the road. Didn't start well, but at least the Bombers a little bit of momentum coming into tonight, including that dominating 11-0 victory against the Yorkton Terriers on Friday. And then, of course, a nice, great game against Humboldt, losing the shootout, but going end-to-end with my take on the second best team in the SJHL next to the Weyburn Red Wings. But Humboldt's always strong, and one of the top teams in the league, and the Bombers showed me, and I think they showed themselves that night, that they could play with the top teams in the SJHL. They got another good opponent here tonight, the Nipawin Hawks, a team that they've seen not once but twice this year. Both games at the cage. Bombers went into Nipawin on the Hawks home opener, spoiled the party that night with a 4-1 victory. Lalamier actually had the hat trick in that game, and then, of course, they would kick off their 4-game and 5-minute road trip back in the middle of October, dropping a 3-1 decision. So Nipawin, no question about it, the most improved team in the division, the most improved team in the SJHL, and fourth overall right now in the league standings, a very good record of 9-4-1. The Bombers right now trying to stay above 500, trying to stay in the playoff picture, 7-6-1, but 4 points behind the Hawks right now for fourth overall. Both teams have played 14 games. Mike Slepp has made his way to the booth. Not going to stay home and watch the baseball game tonight. And I think I can speak for anybody that might be listening. Thank God for that, as he's arrived here in the building. But quickly, Mike, all the games are important. I'm not going to dispute any of them. But the games in the division, Flin Flon's head-to-head record with Nipawin, LaRange, and Melfort very well could tell the tale if they're a playoff team this year and where they finished this year.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. It's been so long since we've done a game that it's going to be interesting. I know the guys are happy to be back in the home confines of the Whitney Forum. So, yeah, it's very important to win these games. I can't remember what the record was last year, but let's remember they had a rough start last year, came back and won almost every game. So let's see what happens this time.
Going to be very interesting. We're hoping folks will come out. You always got your phones. You can watch the Blue Jay game or check the score on that. It is a 7 o'clock start time tonight as they move the game up a half hour, hoping to accommodate the fans. And, of course, they will have the big Blue Jay game here on the screen tonight as well, that fans can watch that in amongst the action here. But a key UPL division matchup, Bombers-Hawks, third meeting of the year, but the first one at the Whitney Forum. Always great when these two longtime opponents clash. We'll take a quick break, come back with the SJHL Coaches Show. Mike Reagan's thoughts coming up, followed by Tad Kozin. Nothing beats a game at the Whitney Forum. Nothing beats great furniture, Flin Flon Bomber Hockey on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Great North GM in Nipawin is one of the leading new and used vehicle dealers in northern Manitoba. Equipped with a highly trained and professional sales department, they also have multiple certified trained technicians on site to make sure you get the best
10
service
seconds.
for your car, truck, or SUV at an amazing price. Great North GM. It's always a great day at Great North GM.
Good evening. Welcome to our SJHL Coaches Show. Mike Reagan, the head coach here of the Bombers, will join us. And, Mike, I almost forgot what this office looked like. It's been such a long time since we've been in here.
Yeah, no kidding, Hardy. It's funny because in my coach's comments, I mentioned that it kind of feels like a home opener here. You know, like just not being here for so long. And it's just a weird feeling, but we're excited to be here, obviously.
Nice to be home, and nice to have a little bit of momentum coming off that road trip. I mean, it didn't start well for you, but 3 out of 4 points, including a very impressive game in Nipawin, very impressive game in Yorkton. And then I thought after a really off first period against Humboldt, some of the best hockey I've watched. And I mean, they're arguably one of the top teams, and you went head-to-head with them.
Yeah, I talked to Komosko afterwards, and I think that it was definitely an entertaining game for the fans and that sort of thing. I'm not so sure both coaches like that, but he gave us props that you got a good team there, and it's nice to hear that from the outside, and we believe that we do. Yeah, we've gone through a bit of a rough patch there. I think that with a young team, we've got 11 guys that are 18 or younger, and yeah, some of them are veteran guys, but they're still young. And I think that there's a maturing process of winning on the road and how to manage pucks and manage situations. And I'd rather find out at this time of year than in March.
Two of your players, Mike, are off to Martinsville for that Canada West Challenge, the best of the SJHL against the best of the MJHL, local product wide stint, and of course Hudson Bree, who had that 5-point game against Yorkton. Was that kind of what cinched it for him to get an invite to that tryout?
Well, I think that Huddy's just kind of grown over the last 3 weeks, and yeah, and amazingly, it's while we've been playing bad. I think he's been one of our most consistent players, and
he couldn't have timed it any better.
Yeah, no, for sure. And the one thing about Huddy is he can skate, and at that tournament, like, I've talked to Blevins a couple times about what to expect and stuff like that, and what a lot of coaches in this league don't realize, or a lot of people don't realize until you get there, you have no idea the caliber and the pace of that tournament. I mean, when you take a look at Sweden, I think they had 11 guys drafted in the NHL draft this year, so that gives you an idea of the competition that you're going up against. And if you can't skate at that level, or at that tournament, you're in trouble. And a guy like Luke Lepper had a lot of success there. He was arguably our best defenseman last year because he can skate. And so, when you got a guy like Brehut with a big motor, that's going to catch the eye of people, and then obviously put up some numbers during that time. So, good for Huddy, and obviously Wyatt, we're real proud of him. Not only is he a bomber, but he's a Flin Flon guy. So, good for those guys. Hopefully they show well.
And, of course, Wyatt, a point per game this year. So 13 games, 13 points. So if he can continue to do that, he's certainly probably going to have some pretty good opportunities.
Yeah, I would think so. I think that, things have changed with this tournament. You have a lot of players that used to play in this tournament or from different leagues. I mean, the BCHL, you used to get a lot of players out of there. Obviously the 5 AJHL teams that defected there, and hockey's changed, the landscape's changed, and that sort of thing, which has opened up some opportunities for other guys. And Stinto's a good player, and he's been one of our most consistent guys, and I think that he's definitely going to get a good look there.
Nipawin, your opponent here tonight, Mike, you've seen them twice in their building. You went in there and spoiled the party on opening night, and they beat you when you kicked off that last Southern road trip. But no question about it, they're a good group. They're probably the most improved team in the league this year, I would think. They certainly got off to a way better start than they have the past couple of years. And a group of forwards that can really sting if they get some opportunities.
Yeah, they're dangerous offensively. They've been building this thing for a couple of years now. I think that, Tad is excited about this group. There's high expectations for them. And, I thought we played them pretty well in their building. We've played 2 games there so far. This is their first trip up to the Whitney. We've got to make sure that we, welcome them to the Whitney in the proper fashion. And obviously we haven't played here in a while, but we love to play in this building.
Now you go back to that Humboldt game, Mike. I think it was all special team goals scored in that game. And you take a look at maybe how the team has struggled a little bit offensively down the stretch, with the exception of the Yorkton game. What can you do to increase your production 5-on-5?
Well, I think there's a lot of things. I mean, managing pucks better. Again, Hardy, a lot of it comes down to young guys that are learning how to score in this league. And we're creating a lot of opportunities, but you've got to have that finish. And, you take a look at guys that have had success here for us in the past, like a Keith Gruner and Ryder Ringer. I mean, it took them until they're 20 to figure out how to score at this level on a consistent basis. And, sometimes it's just about, the process and developing through time. And we're hoping to fast track some guys, and it's no secret. We've talked to the 17-year-olds that played on last year's team, said, like, you guys need to produce for us. You're relied upon, and hey, if you want to be put in those positions, you got to shoulder the load and the expectations. So I think that we know that there's going to be ups and downs, and there has been so far. Got off to a great start. I think success went to our head a little bit. We got humbled a little bit here. Now we got to turn things around and get off on the right track and build off the 3 out of 4 points on the last road trip.
And all the games are big, Mike, but in particular in the division because you play each other so often. And these games against Nipawin and Alfred Larange are probably going to dictate where you finish up this year.
100% they are, Hardy. I mean, that's kind of the tale of the season is you got to do well against your division, and we've been a team that always has done pretty well against our own division. So, this is a big matchup here tonight, I think, for a lot of different reasons. We want to win this hockey game and give the Jays a good omen here tonight.
Are you picking the Blue Jays to get her done, Mike?
100%. It's Canada's team.
A lot of missed opportunities in last night's game.
Hey, we don't look in the rear view. It's about what's ahead of us, not what's behind us here, Rob Hart.
So you're picking the Blue Jays tonight?
Yes, I am.
You heard it. Oh, both coaches picking the Blue Jays. We'll see what happens here tonight. I know all of Canada is hoping that you're right, Mike. Thanks, Miss. Good luck against the Hawks, and good luck, obviously, as we head into the brand new month here.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Mike Reagan, the head coach of the Bombers, once again here on 102.9 CFER and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Bailey Homes has 15 years of experience in the North, specializing in RTM homes and foundations.
So I don't see any chiropractic on Main.
Thankful to Flin Flon and the surrounding areas for supporting them for all these years.
Okay.
They're always
Just
willing
checking.
to chat with a potential customer to help Bailey Homes show what they can do for our community.
Eight
Visit
seconds.
Bailey-homes.ca to find out how they can help you build a home you are looking for.
Coaches Show continues. Tad Coast, the head man of the Nipawin Hawks, will join us. Tad, big win, and I must always feel good to beat Doug Johnson, especially when he comes into the Centennial Arena in Nipawin, and how to win to boot.
Yeah, it's always a nice little rivalry. Obviously, we got going on, and especially when you've known the guy for a long time and played against or played for him, and obviously he helped me get my coaching career started. But every win's big. I mean, obviously those ones are maybe a little bit more, but every win's big. Every game's massive right now, and you can say it's the start of the year, but every game's always big, and you got to be prepared every single night.
Well, we know how tight it is to make the playoffs. Being top 8 get in, and it's going to be, as we can see, it's a lot of parity. Anybody can beat anybody in a given night. Warman showed that last night, beating the Melfort Mustangs. But last time I talked to you, Tad, was opening night. We talked about how imperative it was for your team to get off to a good start this year, and you've been able to do that.
Yeah, I thought we got off to a really good start. We obviously strung some wins together, and right now we've kind of bounced around a little bit. But the nice thing about that is we got off to that good start, so you can afford, you don't want to say you can afford this, but you can. You're always going to face adversity throughout the year, and it's just a matter of when it comes and how we can deal with it and how you can get out of it. So now that we're going through that a little bit, it's good for our group. It helps us, mature more and realize, what it takes every single night to make sure that you are going to be successful. And it's good for us right now. And obviously, we got back in the win column there last night, so we've got to shift our focus here tonight and Flin Flon.
Great challenge here. I mean, you've been able to prove you can beat the Bombers in your building. You've beaten them 3 of the last 4. They were able to go in there opening night. I thought maybe caught you off guard a bit, but you were certainly ready for them the second time they came, and a totally different effort and a totally different result. Saying that, it's been a while since you won a game in this building, so I know you're looking forward to the challenge here tonight.
Yeah, it's a building that realistically we haven't had much success in. And the biggest thing with that is Flin Flon's had such a good track record over so many years now that when you look at it, you're most likely going to have to come through here during playoff time, and you have to find a way to win here. So we're looking forward to the challenge here tonight, and with the group that we got now, we definitely know we can do it. We just got to stick to our game plan, execute it at a high level, and make sure we stick to what Hawks hockey is all about.
Well, you got a fun group to watch. I mean, Karkachuk, Tate, Radloff, Connor Watson, who I think was really underrated last year. He's up there amongst the league leaders in power play goals. And I think in the division, the best group of forwards, certainly in this division, maybe in the overall league. And I know you got a lot of strengths in this team, but that's a real fun part to watch. And I would think that one of the biggest strengths of your team is you got 4 balanced lines here.
Yeah, and we're banged up right now. I mean, it's crazy to think we've got a lot of guys on our roster right now, and I think at one point we had 7 or 8 injuries. So we're finally getting back to being healthy here and getting guys into where they need to be, and they're getting back up to speed now. Obviously being out a little bit, but the nice part about that is just having that for a balanced attack where we can put any one of our lines out there and say go get it. Which is why we did that with our forward group, is we want to make sure we were balanced, make sure we had that attack coming with every single line, and and different guys are in different roles. We've got some guys that can just flat out shut down, other teams, and you got to have every type of thing. We got guys that can play on the power play. We got guys that can play on the penalty kill. We got guys that can play more minutes. Guys that are probably deserving of more minutes the way they've played right now too, which is great because that means they're contributing lower down in our lineup right now. So it's definitely a forward group that we like, and we just got to keep pushing them.
One guy I didn't mention is your first-line center, Will Witter. He'll be having a chance to play possibly for Canada West this year. He'll be playing against the MJHL. He's has an opportunity to play in that, I guess they're calling it the Canada West Showdown. Anyway, your thoughts on his play and him getting this opportunity?
I think Will's only an 18-year-old in our league right now. You think he's a 20-year-old. The way he plays, he's a 200-foot player. He's got a good release. He works so hard. He wins a ton of face-offs for us, and is just so responsible when he's on the ice. And like I said, to think that he's only 18, for how mature he is as a kid, and for how much he's come along, he's definitely a huge part of this team, and we're really excited, obviously, to have him as a Nipawin Hawk. And he's very deserving of going to the showcase. He was there last year as well as an underager, and didn't crack the squad. But the nice part about that is he's got the experience of going to that showcase, and he's only gotten better since then.
And, of course, we got to mention Gage Roberts. I know we talk a lot about goaltending in the league, and it's probably the most important position on the team and one of the toughest positions to play in all of sports. This guy delivers game in, game out. I've never seen him have an off night. Maybe you have. You watch him a lot more than I have. But he's a pretty good guy to have back there, especially in tight one-goal hockey games.
For sure. He's a guy that's he's so committed, and he works so hard every single day, and he wants to be the best. And that's exactly what you want every kid that you have in your roster is, I want to be the best because that's the way you get better. And those are the fun kids that you want to coach, and those are the kids you want to have on your team because it makes it a lot easier because they want to learn. They're going to listen. They're going to execute the way you want them to. So with Gage back there, I mean, we've got all the confidence. I mean, you look at even and our backup, if you can call him that right now, I mean, he's obviously played last night and played real well for us, and he's had a really good start to the year too, and he's pushing Gage every day too, which is exactly what you want. You don't want one guy to get comfortable and think this is my net and nobody else is going to take it. So Gage has done everything that we can ask for, and he's just got to continue on that.
Last thing, Tad, what'll be the keys to victory here tonight?
Discipline's obviously going to be a big one. I know the first game in Nipawin, our discipline obviously hurt us in that game because we just, they were on the power play for I think half the game. So discipline's got to be key, and we've just got to stick to our habits and details. Habits and details, I think, are so crucial in any type of hockey game where you've got to have your puck management and you got to get shots and bodies to the net. If you play on the perimeter, it makes it a really easy night for the other goalies. So you've got to get traffic in front of them, and you got to get shots at the net, and just stay disciplined. Not even just not taking penalties, but discipline in the way we want to play.
Now, throw a bonus question in. Do the Blue Jays get it done tonight?
I think they do. I really think they do. Just the way that team is.
Shohei's pitching.
I'm not worried about Shohei. I'm more worried about whoever pitched last night, Yakamoto or whatever his name is. Watch, he'll pitch too. Those guys are built in factories. The biggest thing with the Jays is just how resilient that team is. Are they the best team in baseball? On paper, no. Right? The Dodgers obviously have everybody that's paid way too much or so much money. But the thing that I like about them is just how much of a team they are, and they easily could have rolled over after that 18-inning game and said, that one sucked, and they came right back into it and got it done. I think that team is just so resilient, and just the way that they play, and they bounce back every time this year. When they lose a game, they come back and win. So I do think they get it done tonight, just the way that they've stuck together as a team.
All of Canada's hoping you're right. Tad, good to catch up with you again. Good luck to the Hawks. I'm looking forward to seeing you here in the Whitney Forum.
Sounds good. Thanks, Hardy.
There he is, Jack Cozen. Well done. Done a very nice job with this Nipawin Hawk team. The 2 to 3 years of preparation, and like I said, sitting with a record of 9-4-1. They're sitting fourth overall, just 1 point behind the third place Vancouver Red Wings, 2 points behind Tindersley, and 5 points behind the Humboldt Broncos. Big UPL matchup tonight. Our Bailey Holmes builders in the game for Flin Flon. Ewan, great to see him back in a bomber sweater along with Wyatt Stetton, who we mentioned is going to be heading off with Hudson Breho to the Canada West Challenge in Martinsville earlier this week. They'll start things up front, as well as Landon Alexander. Holmes and Fashon in the back end, and getting the start between the pipes once again. Devin Peck been playing a lot better lately. He's 6-4 on the year. He's got a shutout. Goals against a 2.58. The save percent still under 900, but certainly getting a little bit more confidence in a couple key games for him to wrap up that last road trip. We're underway inside the Hawk zone. Flin Flon racing after the puck. It's grabbed here by Rhett Ewan. Puck hit a body. Here's Fashon cutting in back. And left, got it second. He got it to go. No, he can't. Just Great opportunity there. I believe that Roberts got his toe on that and made the save, but a great opportunity there for Pichon, who is the Bombers' top offensive threat on the blue line this year. Hawks will dump it back towards the Bomber blue line. Will Witter, he's also having off that Canada challenge, can't get a stick on it. Jakubchuk for Flin Flon. That one got knocked down by Smith. The puck will roll back in the Flin Flon zone. Holmes wanted to get off the ice, but he had to get right back out there after the giveaway. Here's Hudson Breho. Dropped it back, picked up here quickly by Delisle along the right side, and fired on target that time. Kicked up over the glass and out of play. That was the Bomber forward, Jack Martin. And you got to remember, Mike Slett, there's some Bombers that have never played a game in this rink, including Sam Ward, the new defenseman they picked up. With all these games on the road, the entire structure of the schedule on the road in October, they're going to see some Bombers hitting the ice here for the first time.
It's crazy, the schedule, the way it's worked, Rob. And Mike Reagan hit it on the head. It does feel weird being back here. It feels like a home opener.
Not a bad crowd, despite the fact the baseball game's on. They've made their way in here nicely. Of course, Flin Flon Minor Hockey Appreciation Night here. A number of youngsters are here. Here's a chance up front. The Bombers score right up the hop, and it is Martin. He'll go 5-hole. What a feed back in the goal from Delisle. Delisle been really tearing it up offensively. Has not had a chance to play many games here, but what a setup there. They get to Gage Roberts a minute and a half in. Great start for the Bombers, so I think it's safe to say very happy to be back at the Whitney Forum, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. A great pass from in behind there out to Martin, and a really, really good shot that snuck through Roberts.
So Martin will get his third of the year.
That's a big goal.
And like we said, Delisle, who's been red hot for Flin Flon, will get the one assist. We'll see if there's a second one at it, but a good start for Flin Flon. They're back on the attack again. Reed Arbery dropped it back to Jakubchuk. Over to Bruce. Here's long shot. Didn't miss by much. Bombers catch Nipawin, maybe a little bit flat-footed to start the game. Jakubchuk will hold the line. Back of the Hawk net it goes. Mitchell will flip that around the boards. Arbery picked that one off, but gave it right back to Mitchell. He throws it in the corner. Picked up by Nesbitt. Off the glass, they'll get the puck back inside the Flin Flon zone. There's Arbery there to retrieve it. Ahead to Jakubchuk, already a Flin Flon 1-0 lead. Here comes Jakubchuk flying across the Hawk line. Jakubchuk off the stick over the glass and out of play. Was there a second assist on that?
I only saw the one, Rob, and I'm not sure who that was even. I couldn't tell.
Well, Delisle was the one that passed behind the net.
Yeah, I'll check it for you, but...
Anyway, 1:31 in. We talk about Martin, one of the newcomers to Flin Flon. Of course, OHL experience from... Major Junior, and gets his third of the Bomber uniform. Delisle, a terrific pass to him and behind the net. And we'll get a face-off back inside Nipawin territory, the right of the goaltender, Gage Roberts. L'Esperance out there, the center of the line here of Ulmer, as well as Bowman. First time we've seen, I think this might be Bowman's first game in a Bomber uniform in this rink as well. Hawks get the puck inside the Flin Flon zone. It's picked up here and brought inside the zone by Wallington. Wallington lost his stick back of the goal. Picked up by Bowman. He'll flip the puck out. Heinrich will kick that one ahead. Picked up by Wallington. Flipped back inside the Flin Flon zone. Peck will grab it. Bowman there to get it. Bowman off the boards, lets it back down the ice. And Nesbitt, the Nipawin D-man, quickly to jump on that. He'll feed that one over to his defense partner, Cutler. Cutler, though, lost the handle. Flin Flon ripped it right back in. They're going to make a change. Cutler's got it. Cutler will bring it up the ice. Cutler to center ice. Will poke that back inside the Flin Flon zone. Bashan racing back. He took a good bump around the boards to Ewan off the tip of his stick, but he'll knock it down. Here comes Big Red Ewan. Nice pass up the right side. Alexander flying after it. Beats his guy. Alexander cuts in, trying to throw it out front. And Stitton couldn't bang it in. Alexander's got it back in the net again. Swings in the blue line. Bashan's quick chance. Save. Rebound. They score. Alexander will chip it in on his knees. And the Bombers have taken a 2-0 lead here early. Landon Alexander, the table setter there, beat the D-man wide, got in tight, got the first chance. The Bombers hemmed the Hawks in their own zone. And Landon Alexander, you'll get the replay here on Flow TV, sitting right in front of the net. They'll whack her home, a 2-0 Flin Flon lead.
You know, I was watching the Calgary Flames game this afternoon, Rob, and the Flames aren't having a great season. And their coach was, there was this piece, and their coach was saying, you know, we don't have a lot of 60 goal scorers. We have none on this team. You got to go to the net. You got to make it hard on the goaltender. And the Bombers are the same. And that's exactly what happened there. They went to the net and made it hard on Gage Roberts.
Alexander got the goal, flipped it out front. Karkachuk with the interception. Hawks trying to answer the quick 2 goals here by Flin Flon, and they're offside. They'll blow that one down with 16-11 to go here in the opening period.
Only the one assist on the Delisle goal, or the Martin goal. It was Delisle.
And a beautiful feed it was from behind the net. A quick start for Flin Flon tonight. 2-0 lead. We haven't even played 4 minutes here into the opening period. Martin's third at 1:31, and Alexander's come back with his third as well at the 3:26 mark. Face off just outside the Bomber blue line. Picked up by Yakimchuk. They're trying to get it over to Breho. That was intercepted that time by Shields. And they'll flip that one in for Karkachuk back in the Flin Flon zone. The Bombers able to clear it out. Puck will roll back inside the Nipawin zone. And Seabrook goes back to touch it. It's an icing call against the Bombers, so the official on the goals. Martin's third from Delisle, and Alexander from Pashon and Ewan. So 2 assists on that one. And the Bombers in business here early. A 2-0 lead with 15:55 to go in the opening period. The face-off back to the Flin Flon zone, the right of Devin Peck, who has not faced a shot in this game. Seabrook cuts that off at center. There's a shot. He'll rip it in from center ice. Kicked away that time by Peck. Watson and a few other Hawks try to converge on it, but the Bombers will get it ahead. There's a chance for Breho poking it back at Nipawin territory. He'll throw it back to net this time for Martin, who's already got a goal in the game. Swings it back to the blue line. Bruce's long shot. Roberts will snare that and hang on. And a face-off back in Nipawin territory. 15:32 to go opening period. Shots 4-1 Flin Flon. And a quick 2-0 lead here, Mike Swift.
Yeah, the Bombers are looking very, very good in this first part of the first period. They're flying, they're moving the puck around, and as I say, getting to in front of the net. So real good start for the Flin Flon Bombers.
Face-off to the left of Roberts as Ashton Tate, the superstar center for the Hawks, will take the face-off here against Joey Lees, the Bombers' top scorer already this year. Lee's the only Bomber in the top 20 in league scoring coming into play. Here's a chance in front. Oh, a great save there by Roberts. It was a mishap off the side. That Arbery alone out front, and Roberts gets that one off his left shoulder. Here comes Ryan back the other way. And as this game looms on here, Mike Swift, we might look back at that stop there by Roberts. That could have been a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great stop. We got a cross check here.
We're going to go here. But that's a big save there by Gage Roberts on Arbery alone in front of the net here. And like I said, we're going to flash back. That could be a big pivotal point of this hockey.
There's the rebound. Yeah, he made a fantastic save. Point blank.
Hawks on the power play for the first time tonight. And with all their offensive weapons, a pretty good power play, ranked 4th overall at 22%. The Flin Flon Bomber penalty kill, 7th overall. They've really struggled on that, especially on the road here. 78.7%. When's the last time you saw a Bomber penalty kill under 80?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Noah Heinrich made his way to the Nipawin dressing room.
And they don't have a trainer. That's why the Bomber trainer went down there to assist. Trainer's not here tonight. Anyway, the Hawks on the power play try to answer 2 goals by Flin Flon. There's a chance. That's knocked down in front of the Bomber net. Rebound picked up and fired down the ice by Wyatt Stitten. Roberts will stop this, and Wallington will pick it up back to the Hawk net. A minute and a half to go on the power play. 14:46 in the period. Bombers ahead 2-0. Here's the drop pass. Picked up here and set back inside Flin Flon territory by Oinus. Back to blue line. Picked up by Wallington. A shot through traffic. Yakimchuk blocked that, and that'll go to the glass and out of play. 14:32 to go in the opening period. Shots 4-2 Flin Flon. And the Hawks, an early power play here tonight, trying to answer those 2 goals by Flin Flon to start the game.
Yeah, great start.
Ashton Tate set for the face-off here. He'll direct traffic as he mentioning to Will Whitterer he wants him to go as he lines up for the draw here. Against the Bombers, Stitten. Bombers get a hold of it. Down the ice it goes. And save made by Roberts. Karkachuk will pick it up. And he'll drop it back in it. And that's where the Hawks will start things off. Here comes Seabrook. A drop pass again. Tate at center. Tate across the line. Goes it in deep. Ashton Tate will chase it. Former Western Hockey Leaguer. Knocked away from back of the net. Bruce tried to get a stick on it. Tried to use that big reach to his advantage there. Puck is in the corner. Hawks dig it free. That's big Connor Watson in there. 6 power play goals for him on the season. Look for him to get to the front of the net. He's tied up deep in the Flin Flon zone. Puck squirts free back. That picked up, and Off the boards, down the ice by Martin. Bombers will get some fresh penalty killers out there, and Roberts will leave the puck back of the Nipawin net. And Seabrook will pick it up with Lees on top of him. There's 25 seconds to go in the power play. Here's the quick pass to center. Grabbed and fired inside the Flin Flon zone by Nesbitt. That got blocked, and all the way back down the ice again it goes with 15 seconds to go in the power play. Mitchell, the Nipawin D-man, will pick it up. Here's the quick pass outside the zone to Jansen. Jansen will pick it up at center. He's got some steam going. Across the Bomber line, takes a big hit there. Arbery stood him up. Power play expires. Nipawin 0 for 1. Ward is back on the ice, so back to 5 aside. Quick pace here again tonight. 13:08 to go in the opening period, and again, a 2-0 Flin Flon lead. Hawks inside the Flin Flon zone, trying to get the puck along the boards. Bombers jamming away as well. That was Anderson for Nipawin. He took a bit of a cross check there. Lees hopped up over top of his stick. Anderson to the blue line. Arbery will poke it out. It's back to Mitchell at the Hawk center. Ahead to Drouin. Drouin will pick it up. He's across the Bomber line, going in wide on Mounier. They tie up deep in the Flin Flon zone. Puck is loose. Yakimchuk will grab it free through all those legs, and Yakimchuk trying to play it ahead, but knocked away that time by Nesbitt. Bombers get it back. Here's Stinton. Nice pass outside the zone. He'll set up Alexander at center. Alexander flying across the wing and lets a ref Ewan after the rebound. He ripped it wide as well. Bruce holds it in, bouncing puck save, rebound, wide open net, and Ewan has it go over top of his stick. What a chance that was. And a penalty coming up here again.
To the Bombers, I believe.
Anderson is down on one knee here, so I think you're right. I think it's going to be back-to-back power plays.
It's a charge.
Big Rhett Ewan, who just missed that opportunity, will take the charge and penalty. And Nipawin, back-to-back power plays once again, trying to get on the board here and fight into this lead. What a chance for Rhett Ewan there, Mike Slip.
It just jumped over his stick. He took the shot, and it just as he was about to, it leaped over his stick. You mentioned Connor Watson. He's having a great year. I haven't seen him play, but I looked at the stats today.
He might be the best power forward in the SPL.
Yeah.
And he was good last year. They just struggled to score. And like I said, he's got 10 goals on the year, and 6 of them are on the power play. Bombers will dump it back inside the Hawk zone. There's Radloff, the hometown captain, after it. Back in the goal it goes for Nesbitt. Nesbitt logging a lot of minutes here early. Goes at the Shields. Back to center ice. Picked up here by Hoynes. He's across the line, runs into his own guy there. Hawks get it back to the blue line. Nobody home. And here's the race for the puck. Lee's racing after it. Lees will pick it up. Nice job by him shorthanded. What a year he's having. 8 goals this year for Lees, a career high. Has never scored more than 5 in a season. He's got 8 this year and having a really good year. Their top scorer heading into tonight, like I mentioned, their only player in the top 20. Hawks on the power play. Radloff will drop that one a little bit too deep, and Wallington will chase it back in the Nipawin net. 1:10 to go in the Hawk power play. 11-17 in this opening period. 2-0 Flin Flon. Here's Wallington though. Oh, he stood up. Nice job by Mounier. Wallington loses a glove, and he loses the puck. Stinton will push this one ahead, looking for some room here. Flin Flon shorthanded, trying to grab the loose puck with the overskate. Hawks get 4 away on center, led by big Connor Watson down the wing. Pass out front. Here's a chance. Walking it tight. They score. Power play goal. Watson's got it. And they broke up the play inside their own zone. Connor Watson starts the play. He finishes it. 7th power play goal for him this year. And like I said, Mike, nobody gets to the net like he does.
No, absolutely. And I was just thinking how the Bombers were really taking the body, and he did again in the offensive zone. And as soon as that happened, it sprung the 4-man breakout, and really no chance for goaltender Peck.
So that's Watson's 11th of the year, his 7th on the power play. And that is going to come at the 8:08 mark here. And that's a big goal for Nipawin. But like I said, Mike, let's go back that save again by Gabe Roberts on Reed Arbery.
Absolutely.
That could be a real backbreaker for Flin Flon tonight. Hawks are back on the board. They've settled down a little bit. Connor Watson, their go-to guy in the PP, has got them back in this game. And the Bombers will fire it in after the face-off at center ice. That's picked up here by Maverick Delau. Already an assist around the boards to Bruce. His shot. Roberts gets his stick on that, and he'll shove it over the glass and out of play. 10:34 to go in the period. A big goal for Nipawin.
Yeah.
And Connor Watson continues his fine play here this year.
The Bombers have played very, very physical. Got them in a little penalty trouble a little bit, but some really solid body checks. And unfortunately, as they say, the Nipawin Hawks were able to break away on that last one.
Delisle takes the face-off against Karkachuk. The Bombers win the draw right back to Yakimchuk. His shot blocked by Anderson. Picked up in the corner here by Martin. He's had a nice game so far. Open up the scoring tonight. Leaves that there for Breho. Breho tried to tap that one through Lake. Anderson gets to the blue line, but he can't get it out. Flin Flon will hold it in. Here's Big Bruce racing in. Knocked away from him. Picked up by Jansen. Pocket picked by Delisle. What a play. Delisle the backhander. Save me. Loose puck in front. They can't jam it in. What a play by Maverick Delisle. Bruce at the blue line. The mask comes off, and Roberts are going to have to blow that one down. But Maverick Delisle, what a nifty move to take that puck off the Nipawin defenseman's stick, and a great chance again. He's making things happen when he's on the ice.
I totally agree. I thought he got beat. I thought, oh man, he lost the puck there. But no, he's just an incredible maneuver to get that puck back and get a great scoring chance. Well, the Bombers still fine. You mentioned Joey Lees, and we said the very first game, a guy like Joey Lees has to take charge and as a leader on this team, and Joey Lees has done that this year.
He's ready for the face-off right now inside the Nipawin zone. The left of Gage Roberts. He'll line up here against Eric Hoynes. Arbery, Lees, and Lalemire, the forward group. They're hoping Lalemire can get back on track offensively. Had that great game against the Hawks to open the year with a hat-trick. Has only scored one goal since then. As the puck is sent in on Peck, he'll make the save and hang on. Face-off coming up in Flin Flon territory. The official on the Nipawin power play goal. Watson's 11th. Karkachuk and Tate the assists. Media timeout. Flin Flon leads at 2-1 here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
The McDonald's drive-thru at the Walmart location is open Monday to Wednesday, 7 a.m. to midnight, Thursday to Saturday, 24 hours, and they're also open 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday. Stop by, enjoy all your favorite menu items, including the Big Mac, Quarter Pounder, Chicken McNuggets, McChicken, delicious fries, and all your favorite breakfast items. And don't forget to check out the McDonald's app or come to McDonald's to redeem the back-to-school coupons, all at your local McDonald's restaurant at the Walmart location in Flin Flon.
Unsure of what to do after graduation? Get your start with the Bachelor of Arts program at the University College of the North. A Bachelor of Arts degree opens doors. Whether you're planning to transfer to another university or pursue a career in law, education, accounting, and more, the path begins with that degree. At UCN, you can stay close to home, save money, and choose the studies that fit your goals. Apply now at ucn.ca. UCN. Here you can.
10 seconds.
University College of North Saskino Diggs Kinoma right now. I can go by now. UCN.ca. UCN Spaniel.
Alrighty, welcome back to Whitney Former at the midway point of the opening period. 9:51 to go. A 2-1 Flin Flon lead. Bombers in their own zone. Pass up the middle. On to take to Arbery. He's got it. He'll bring it in. Reed Arbery, that good chance last time he was out there. Throws it out front. Hits the stick. Comes back to blue line. Just held in. Arbery again towards the front of the net. That hit Seabrook and went wide. Lalemire trying to get a stick on it. Battling along the wall here. Fox will poke it ahead. That's flipped back inside the Flin Flon zone. Fashon there to break that up in center ice. Bombers dump it back inside the Nipawin zone. Picked up here back in the goal by Cutler. He's tied up. Hoynes along the boards. Good forecheck here by Flin Flon. They keep the puck in for the time being. Great job again. Hoynes can't get it out. Lalemire, deep inside the Hawks. Off stage, fires. Gage stops that. Rebound. Lalemire will race after it. Back to the goal. Leaves it there for Arbery. Reed Arbery. Knocked off the puck. Picked up here by the Hawks, but they're having a tough time getting outside their own zone. They finally move it ahead. Looking for Connor Watson, the Nipawin goal scorer. Threw his legs down the ice and icing against Nipawin, 8:43 to go in the period. Just underway in Toronto tonight. Scoreless bottom of one.
Great forecheck by the Bombers in that last series. Just puck that looked like it was coming out, and they were able to get a stick on it and put it right back in.
And that Nipawin group should be tired there. They've been out there for a while. Hoynes will take the face-off here against Lesbog. Flin Flon able to make a change. Good move by Mike Rickett. There's a chance to the blue line by Ward, and that hit a leg and went wide. Flin Flon trying to keep the pressure on here. A 2-1 lead. Ashton Tate, though, will get the puck out. Knocked down here by Mounier, right back on Tate's stick. Watson can't pick it up. Here's L'Esperance. He'll flip it in. Ulmer tried to get free. Roberts will come out and play it around the boards. Picked up here by Nesbitt. He took a hit, can't get it out. Ulmer along the boards. Right up. Frees it up. Picked up instead here. The blue line to Ward. Through traffic, a shot, good low one. Picked up. Ulmer. Bad on it. Comes back out front. L'Esperance can't get a stick on it. Watson has it. Off the board. Hit a partition. Stayed inside Nipawin territory. There's Ulmer trying to throw that one back out front. Make that Bowman, sorry. Anyway, the Hawks get it. They'll move it ahead. Here comes Ryan. Ryan to center. Stick handling across the bottom line. Long shot. Peck stopped that. Looked like he had a little bit of trouble with it. Ward. He takes a big hit. Able to keep his helmet on. Puck will come outside the zone. Flip back towards the Nipawin line. Knocked down by Wallington. Wallington to center. High off the glass. Back in the Flin Flon zone. Rhett Ewan drops that one back to Ward. Ward will get a hold of it. Flip it ahead. White Sitton trying to chip that one past the defenseman Mitchell. Sitton goes in, hit hard along the boards, deep in Nipawin territory. Sitton able to shake that one off. Mitchell's got him tied up in the corner. 7:19 to go, opening period. Once again, a 2-1 Flin Flon lead. The Bombers hard on the puck inside the Nipawin zone. No passengers again here tonight. Good physical contest. As Bombers are going to get a power play here. Alexander is knocked down. Tripping call coming up, and we'll see the Flin Flon Bomber power play for the first time. We'll try to answer the Nipawin Hawk power play goal by Watson. Looks like the penalty going to go against the Hawks' Ashton Tate. So Nipawin 1 for 2 on the power play. Flin Flon's first chance here tonight. Bomber power play ranked 5th overall at 21%. The Nipawin penalty kill, second best in the league.
Yeah, I saw that.
At 86.6. Only the Humboldt Broncos have a better penalty killing unit than they do. Maverick allowed to take the face-off here against the Hawks. Will Witter. Bombers win the draw. Comes right back to Fashon. He'll dish it off in the corner to Skitton. Skitton leaves it deep that time. Back to Fashon. Time to go. There's a chance. And Mark can't get it to go. Good stick seat that time. Robertson to get his paddle down. Martin knocked it down again, looking to get it back out front. Blue line for Delisle. Spins, fires. That was blocked in front by Lee's. Not sure where it is. Now he's got it. He fires it up to mask of Roberts. Lee's the Bomber power play goal leader with 4 on the year. Comes close there. Puck lifted back at the Flin Flon zone. Delisle had to be careful. Throws it back to the goal for Sean. Having some trouble. And he's got the Hawks Shabbat on top of him. But Lees comes back and he'll pick it up. 1:15 to go in the power play. Lees will stick out in the center. Slip it inside the Nipawin zone. Roberts got a piece of it back of the net. Martin bumped off the play. Nice job that time by the Hawks, Jansen. He'll clear at the length of the ice, and Ward will pick it up. 58 seconds to go in the power play. Here comes John Ward. Swings the pass quickly to Lalamere. Back to Ward. Right side, Arbery. He'll rim it around the board, but Roberts there to stop that. Picked up back of the goal this time by Nesbitt. He'll take his time. Now he'll get a hold of it. Down the ice it goes. Good penalty killing here by Nipawin. Like we said, the second best penalty kill in the league. Ward, quick pass. Here comes Alexander back across the Nipawin line. Alexander brings it in deep. Blue line it goes for Arbery. Arbery hands on it. Quick chance. He scores! Reed Arbery on the power play. I don't think Roberts saw it. A lot of traffic in front of that net.
Yeah, is that Mounier who is...
Take your pick. There's 3 or 4 guys in front of the net.
Lalamere, he did a great job of screening him. Roberts glared at him after the goal went in. Here's a replay.
So Reed Arbery will get his 7th of the year.
Yeah.
And again, good things happen when you shoot the puck, and Arbery walks in here, low stick side, and I don't think Roberts saw it. He had a guy, like you mentioned, right in front of him there. That'll come at the 14:28 mark. And the Bombers 1 for 1 of the power play tonight. They matched the Nipawin Hawk power play goal. And Flin Flon a 3-1 lead here. It was that opening period.
Sorry, Rob. It was Alexander who is making life tough for Gage Roberts in front of the net. Roberts didn't see it just because the big body of Landon Alexander was blocking his view.
So 5:24 to go at the period. The face-off back inside the Hawks zone. The right of the netliner Roberts. A 3-1 Flin Flon lead. Arbery's got his 7th of the year on the power play. Here comes Connor Watson for the Hawks at center. He'll regroup and go back to his own blue line. Bowman got a piece of that one. Bowman along the boards, can't knock it down. Hawks get it again, back outside the Flin Flon zone. Peck going to race out of the net. They'll throw in the corner here for Bruce. Back of the goal for Yakubchuk. Yakubchuk had a guy on him. He'll play it ahead. Hoynes knocked it down. Tried to bring it back inside the Flin Flon zone. There's Bruce. Trying to use that big reach again. Poked it ahead to Les Bronx. Les Bronx's backhander. Finds Bowman at center, and he'll tap it back inside the Nipawin zone. Here's Seabrook. Back to Watson. Watson across the bottom line. Hard shot. Didn't miss by much. Bruce there. Gives it away. Watson banned on it. Good news for Flin Flon is he was in a good spot there. The Bombers will clear it. Picked up by Mitchell at center. He'll rip it back at the Flin Flon zone. Picked up here by Martin. Slides that pass back. Here's some room now for Maverick Delisle. Delisle to center. He'll poke it in and try to chase it down himself. Broken up by Mitchell. Around the boards it goes to Shields. Can't clear it out. Martin holds it in. That's a lot of shot that got blocked. Witter can't clear it out. Knocked down by Martin again. He found on it that time. Gets the puck free and they'll roll to the front of the Nipawin net before Roberts will jump on it. Boy, the Hawks have turned over the puck a lot in their own end in this opening period.
They're having a terrible time getting the puck out of their own zone. I guess you can attribute that to a great Bomber forecheck, but they just can't seem to get it across the blue line.
No, too many turnovers. 3-1 Flin Flon lead, 4:02 to go. Opening current shots are 10-5. Flin Flon leads a line of face-off. Against the Hawks, Ashton Tate to the left of the netliner. Gage Roberts. Hawks win the draw. That's Ryan. He'll pick it up. Just gets it out. Bouchon got a piece of it, but it came over across the blue stripe. Leeds will get it back. He'll rip it back in. Lalamier racing after it. Knocked away, though, by Nesbitt. Nesbitt's, like I said, logged a lot of minutes. Good-looking D-man for them. Hawks will move it ahead. Here's the pass to Ryan. He'll pick it up on the fly. Tried to split the D here. Dropped it back to Ashton Tate. Pitting up along the boards. Nesbitt's got it. He'll rip it in back to the net. There's Radloff tried to come back out front. That didn't miss by much. Redirects goes wide. Puck is then picked up and put back inside the Hawks zone. Arbery the first one to get it. Trying to shovel that out front to Lalamier. Lalamier will chase it down back to that. He's tied up there with Nesbitt. Puck squirts free and grabbed here by Seabrook. Seabrook will take a look. He'll lift that one ahead. Mounier knocked it down. Played it ahead quickly to Leafs. Leafs back on the attack. Across the line. Gets a shot in. A good hard low drive. And Roberts in good positioning there. Will make the save. No rebound. He'll hang on. 3:06 to go opening period as it mirrors into the very quick opening game.
It sure has. And really, although the Hawks have got a goal, the Bombers they've led this period and have been the stronger team in my opinion.
Stinton will take the face-off here against Karkachuk. Gets it back to Ward. A hard drive right. Fire to the bread basket again. And Roberts down to get it. McDonald's on it down scoreboard. Nothing. Top of 2. Dodgers, Blue Jays. Game 7. This could go down as one of the most watched sports programs in the history of Canadian TV.
I was thinking the same thing today, Rob.
Bombers win the draw right back to Ward again. His shot didn't miss by much. Again, a lot of traffic in front of that Nipawin net. Here's Mounier. And give Flin Flon credit. Anytime it's on their stick, they're shooting.
Absolutely. Back to the Blue Jays, the entire country has been talking about it. It's on every newscast, every sportscast, every morning show in Canada and again in the United States too. It's been a great series, great World Series, a great playoffs.
Sitting to take the drive of the face-off here against the Nipawin Hawks. Hoynes. Bombers on top of it again. Ewan fired that one wide. Puck set back inside the Flin Flon zone. There's Ward to D-man. Played that one back to Mounier up the middle. Stinton had a chance to get Ewan in alone, but it hit a skate. Stinton will get it back. They'll flip it in. Puck comes in front of the Nipawin net, but Roberts steers that back of the net. And the Hawks will start things off from square one. Here's Seabrook trying to come back up the middle, broken up. Grabbed here by Wallington to Watson, and he'll slap it inside Flin Flon territory. There's Ward. Had a guy on top of him, gets rid of it to Mounier. Can't clear it out. Watson holds it in. Puck rolls in front of the Bomber net, picked up by Stinton. Had to be careful. Had Hoynes all over him. Hoynes, the body check, knocked him down. Stinton gets back up. He's trying to freeze the puck. Just 2 minutes to go in the period. Puck inside the Flin Flon zone. Hawks going to work there. Connor Watson bumped off the play by Ward. Nice defense there. Ward back to the net. Will lift it ahead. Picked up here by Ulmer. Ulmer for Flin Flon. Feeds it back to Stinton. They'll go out for a change, and he'll flip the puck back in the Nipawin zone. Ulmer throwing a bump that time. On Watson, Yakimchuk gets a hold of it. Look out! It goes off of the defenseman Cutler out front and just stays out. Flin Flon looking for more. They'll fire that towards the front of the net. Nice drive that time by Bruce, the D-man. And Roberts under siege again with a lot of traffic in front of that Nipawin net. Shots are now 14-5 Flin Flon here in the opening period. And again, they got a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, Pierce Yakimchuk with a nice play there, getting the puck towards the net. It was a good defenseman shot. It wasn't on the net, but it gave the Bombers a good chance to put it in.
Face-off back in Nipawin territory. Delisle will take the draw here against Will Litter. So Martin, Delisle, Breho, the forward group. Yakimchuk and Bruce on the back end. Off the draw. Hawks get it. That's Wallington. Around the boards. Is it up front? Delisle a chance on the steal. He'll fire that on target. Save made here by Roberts. A good one. The blue line. Bruce holds it in. Puck on the side of the Nipawin net. They try to jam it in. Roberts there to grab it. And excellent opening period here by Flin Flon tonight.
Absolutely. Nipawin really still struggling to get that puck out of the net. 15 to 5 shots. Just in this last 5 minutes, the Bombers have been peppering Gage Roberts. Shots on goal were pretty close up until then, but now 15-5.
Delisle will take the face-off against Ashton Tate. This time to left to Roberts, trying to hold his team in. Off the draw. Martin couldn't get a stick on it. Puck lifted off the glass. Tate ahead to Ryan. He's trying to get free here, but Holmes able to hold him off. They'll drop it back to that here to Pashon. Tate on top of him, but around the boards it goes. Martin can't knock it down the blue line. Mitchell's chance comes in front of the Bomber net. Deflected, but not enough to get a shot on target. Bombers work it out. Martin trying to poke that one ahead to Delisle. Had him in the clear, but Tate came back and was able to knock the puck free. Mitchell gets that back to Radloff. He'll redirect that in the Flin Flon zone. Holmes back in his own zone, flipped it ahead. Radloff knocked it down midair. Good play that time on the hometown Hawk captain. Pashon back in his own net, tries to work it ahead. Pashon will get it back to center ice, but quickly knocked away. Right on Holmes' sticks. He's got it, sends it back in Nipawin territory. Roberts stopped the puck, left it back to the net this time. Picked up here by the D-man Nesbitt. Nesbitt wing watched out front here by Lees. Just 15 seconds to go in this opening period. Back to Jansen. He'll chip it back to Flin Flon territory. Mounier there to collect the puck. Had to be careful. 2 Hawks on top of him. Around the boards to Arbery, who's got a power play goal tonight. He tries to put it up along the boards. And they're going to count down to 5 a few seconds. Here is Mounier. And it looks like Jansen jousting at one another deep in the Flin Flon zone. But the Bombers pounce on the Hawks early, answer the power play goal. And if you're Mike Reagan, you got to be pretty happy with the opening 20 minutes here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Tad Cozen, not so happy. They really have to work at getting better this evening to getting the puck out of their own zone. The Nipawin Hawks have had a hard time with that.
Got the big Blue Jay game here on the big screen. The Dodgers are batting. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our opening intermission for the North of 53 Consumers Co-op, including that first period scoring summary. This is Great Furniture Flin Flon Bomber Hockey on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. Donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more. Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
Bring home the savings at the North of 53 Co-op. You'll find your favorites and new items that will become your favorites. Western Canada's Learning Greenhouse Farms are providing on-the-vine tomatoes, and you can taste the freshness. Cruise by the Co-op Butcher Shop because grilling season isn't over yet. And when it's time to clean up, pick up the new Co-op Gold Foaming Dish Spray that lets you wash with power. For freshness, value, and variety, visit the North of 53 Co-op. You're at home there.
Life is sweet with all the beautiful colors of autumn, and Maytag wants to make it even better with their Autumn Kitchen Sweet Savings event. On until November 5th, buy any 2 qualifying Whirlpool or Maytag kitchen appliances and get an extra $150 off. But that's not all. Upgrade to 3 or more appliances and you'll save an
10 seconds.
$300. That's hundreds of dollars in savings on top of already great deals. Time is running out. Shop Maytag at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center today.
And welcome back to Whitney Forum. What an opening period that was for the Flin Flon Bombers, who once again lead this game by a score of 3-1. Let's take a look at the first period scoring. Some of the Bombers pounce on the Hawks early. As Jack Martin able to get his third of the year from Maverick Delisle, 131 in. Tremendous pass from Delisle back at that right out front. Martin, the veteran junior player, of course, like we said, came over for the OHL, major junior experience. Not going to miss a picture-perfect pass like that in front of the net.
It was a great pass, like you say, Rob, but a great shot. And it went right through Gage Roberts, so that was a beauty.
Alexander comes right back. The Bombers once again charging in front of that Nipawin net. Great play by Fashawn. He throws it out front. It hit a body. Alexander is there. He'll jam it in on his knees. His third of the year. That was at 3:36. The Bombers quickly had Nipawin down 2-0, and then they got a great chance from Rhett Ewan shortly after that. Roberts stopped him. Hawks go out the power play to get back in the game. They've got a great power play with a lot of good offensive weapons. Connor Watson, what a year he's having. He's able to take a nice pass from Ashton Tate across the wing. He slides right in front of the net, and Watson going to exactly where he needs to go. Perfect positioning right at the side that he jams it in. 11th of the year, 7th on the power play. Mason Karkachuk also to assist on that one at the 8:08 mark, but the Bombers would answer that with a power play goal of their own. Reed Arbery taking advantage of a screen, Gage Roberts. He gets his 7th of the year. Alexander, the lone assist on that one. And that came at the 14:28 mark as the Bombers were able to answer the Nipawin Hawk power play goal. Shots in the period as well were 15-5 Flin Flon. And a lot of them, there weren't a lot of gimmies there. A lot of them are from point-blank range.
Absolutely, and again, it's attributed to giveaways by the Nipawin Hawks.
So once again, Martin, his third, Alexander, his third, and Arbery, his 7th. The goal scorers for Flin Flon, Connor Watson on the power play, his 11th for Nipawin. Shots again favoring Flin Flon, 15-5. Hawks 1 for 2 on the power play. Flin Flon 1 for 1 so far. And their only offensive chance when the Flin Flon Bombers lead after one period of play this year, they are 4-1. The Nipawin Hawks trail after one period of play this year, which doesn't seem to happen very often. Their record is 0-1-1. We'll see what happens here tonight. A 3-1 lead for Flin Flon. We'll take another break, come back with more of our opening intermission for the co-op, including Wyatt Stinton. He is going to be our Creighton Pizza player profile. Wyatt, one of 2 Flin Flon Bombers, off to Martinsville here next week for the Canada West Challenge. Best of the MJHL against the best of the SJHL. That's also a tryout for Canada West as well. Wyatt Stinton having a terrific year, 13 points in 13 games. He's our guest next here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Jim's Custom Doors and Windows is your trusted local windows, doors, and blind store. But did you know they also install overhead doors? And did you know that a properly installed overhead door can help protect your home against extreme weather, help you save on your energy bill, and can increase the value of your home by up to 4%? Well, if you didn't, now you do. Plus, they also have lock and key services, helping you protect your home from the elements. Jim's Custom Doors and Windows. Call them today, 687-7071.
Hey, you got a new case for your Creighton Pizza ordering gadget.
You mean a phone?
Not familiar with that term, but the thing where you boop the numbers and then Creighton's Pizza comes to your house with like an extra large pizza, wings, and everything from feta rolls to burgers, milkshakes to lasagna.
Well, it can do other things too.
Yeah, it's got a flashlight. That's cool.
It has all the information 10 seconds known universe on it.
But this is all I need. 688-2080.
Creighton's Pizza. Fight for the last slice.
Good evening. Welcome to our first intermission. Our Creighton Pizza player profile. Wyatt Stinton's going to join us. I know Wyatt, we just chatted with you a few weeks ago, or it seems like a few weeks ago in Larange. I guess a lot of games have happened since then, but pretty nice accolade in your honor. You're going to be one of 2 Flin Flon Bombers going to get a chance to play in that Western Challenge, the best of the SJHL against the best of the MJHL. Must be pretty excited.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was really nice that Hudson could come with me. He's my billet brother, so a lot of familiarity there, and yeah, I can't wait. Starts on Monday, so it should be a lot of fun.
How'd you hear about the news?
Some of the guys, I think there's 7 of us, are building an ice shack, so we were just out painting it, and then Regs gave me the call and told me that I'd be participating in that one, and yeah, it was a great call to have.
Was it something you were thinking about, or did something just kind of hit you kind of out of the blue?
Well, I mean, I had a good start to the season. I thought I could have a good chance of going there and trying to represent the SJ, so yeah, happy that it turned out.
And, of course, this is a big opportunity because not only is it a chance to play in this, but as we know, it's kind of the second trial for for Canada West as well for the World Junior A Challenge, and I'm sure you're really thinking about that.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. It's out in Quebec this year. I got some family pretty close there, so it'd be nice to get out there and play in front of them. I don't think they've seen me play a game in a couple of years, so really trying to get out there.
Was this kind of on your radar screen heading into this year?
Yeah, I mean, last year too, had the chance to go. Obviously I didn't, but yeah, this year I was really trying to gun for that one. It's a pretty big tournament, and yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
You've had a good season. I mean, 13 points in 13 games, a point per game. I'm sure if I was to say that to you before the beginning of the year, you'd average a point per game. You'd probably take that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was hot off the start, and then we went on the road there, and we had our struggles, but no, it's been good.
No doubt about it. I mean, not to make excuses, but a real tough part to the schedule. I mean, especially for you guys. I mean, you're so far away from everybody, but 8 in a row on the road. The nice thing is it might not have started well, but it ended pretty well. 3 out of 4 points. How about that game in York? Can you describe what happened that night?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, I knew we were going to come out hot, losing 6 in a row there, so didn't want to go down another one and be under 500. So I knew the boys were going to be excited for that one, but I didn't think we'd be that excited.
You used to put up 11 goals in one game. I don't care who you're playing. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I don't know many games that we've had an 11 goal difference, I guess. So that's pretty cool.
Pretty exciting game against Humboldt too, who, let's face it, is one of the top teams in the league this year. I thought after a really tough opening period for your team for whatever reason, the second and third was just great back and forth action. I thought the second and third period, the best hockey I've watched this year. What was it like to play in that?
Humboldt's always a fun rink to play in. They get lots of fans, and yeah, they're a really good team. They got lots of veteran guys and guys who can play the game. So we were good for the most part. We struggled there in the first, but yeah, I think we've really found our game in the second and third, and are coming together as a team.
No question about it. It was a good response.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I can't remember what the score was after the first, but actually, no, it was 1-1.
1-1, actually, yeah, and you only had 3 shots, but you got that 1 goal at the end of the period.
Yeah, that goal at the end of the period, that was a huge momentum going into the second, and then we just built off that and tried to take as much as we could from them, and we got a lot of help on the power play, but yeah, no, it was a good game.
And I think a good confidence builder for tonight, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nice to get back here. I know the boys are really excited. Feels like forever since we've been here. So I mean, we'll feed off the crowd here. It's tough to do that on the road, but yeah, it should be good.
And your opponent, a team that you're familiar with, you already faced them twice in their rink. You beat them in their home opener. Then they beat you actually on the Southern Road Swing to start things off. A tight game, 3-1, but obviously they're a lot better, a lot tougher team than they were the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, they're a good team. Last year they didn't have much firepower, so this year, yeah, they've been good. They're one of the top teams, so it'll be a real test for us, and see what we're made of.
Is this as excited as you've been about a game here in the Whitney Forum for a long time, having to go basically a whole month without playing here?
Yeah, it feels like my first game again. Yeah, it's felt like forever. I'm sure the fans are just as excited as us.
And you got, like you said, that tryout just around the corner. I know it's probably, you want to kind of put it out in the back of your mind for the game here tonight, but obviously pretty exciting, and I know that you're looking forward to going down there and trying to make that team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just trying to keep that out of my head for right now, and take it one day at a time, and yeah, get this one done, and then get on the road tomorrow.
Rookie last year, are you a lot more, I mean, you had some success at the beginning of the year, but all in all, just a more confident player this year?
Absolutely. Playing a lot more minutes and a lot more high-pressure situations, obviously helps with confidence, and yeah, just getting familiar with the game and the speed, and always engaged always helps. So.
And I guess it's just like anything else. The more you play, the better you get, the more confident you get. I know it's pretty much that simple, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Quickly, let's touch on just a couple things with this team right now. You know, especially teams I think have been okay. Penalty kill struggle a little bit, but you know your power play. You don't really have the lethal weapons you've had the last few years. But you guys are averaging a power play goal per game.
Yeah, we've had a lot of. Well, we got a pretty hard playing team, so we draw a lot of penalties. So if we can keep capitalizing on those power plays, I think we can really punish teams.
Last question: what's the strength of your game, do you think?
I would say my speed. I like to play fast. I like to play hard, and yeah, just get to the hard areas and play fast.
Not a bad shot either.
Yeah, I've always had always practiced my shot. Always tried to. Don't have the hardest shots. I've always been lucky that I can kind of have my accuracy. So
you can't score if you don't shoot the puck. So anyway, thanks for this, Wyatt. Good luck against the Hawks, and good luck representing the Bombers in the SJHL. Should be a lot of fun in Martinsville next week, and maybe a chance to play some international hockey. So lots of exciting stuff in your future.
Yep. Thank you, Ari.
That's Wyatt Stinton, our Creighton Pizza player profile here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Time out. All right, guys, look at the whiteboard. We're going to do this, and then we're going to do that. Jones.
No, you still got one more.
5 seconds left. All tied up here,
okay,
folks. Both teams getting ready for the face-off, and Jones has a piece of Jack Links in his mouth. What is he doing? The puck drops. Jones grabs it. He has some room. He shoots. He scores! The Bombers win. And now fans are throwing Jack Links onto the ice. This is madness.
Arctic Beverages and Jack Links Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Northland Ford proudly supports the Flin Flon Bombers throughout the SJHL season. We know that the Bombers will play tough like the Ford F-150, the toughest truck on the market for over 40 years. Northland Ford helping the community cheer on the Bombers as they work to bring a championship to the best fans in the league.
10 seconds.
Provide you with the best selection on their lot. In the North, for the North, Northland Ford, the dealership you tell your friends about.
And welcome back to Whitney Forum. The Nipawin coaching staff is in the bench, and the Bombers are making their way there right now as we take a look at the McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard. Geez, Mike, have you got money on this game tonight?
No.
Well, you're literally sweating here watching it on the big screen. Holy cow, you look like Blue Jays batting here, scoreless, bottom of 2 bases loaded.
Left too many on base last night, Artie. Can't do it.
I don't know who's sweating more, Ohtani or you. Anyway, scoreless, so they got it up on the big screen here. We'll see if what happened to before the. Even the players are watching this game here on the big screen.
The referees.
Nobody in a real rush to come out here. That's what's happening there. Quickly, the SJHL tonight. The nice thing is we've also got the time change, so we're going to be back to all regular times here. Let's see who else is playing in the SJHL here tonight. We have got, I don't know how many of these games have started yet. Oh, we do have games underway. Humboldt, Kindersley 2-2. That's in the second already. Weyburn, Estevan. That one not reporting. Battleford, Melville as well. I guess those are 8 o'clock start times. That's why. So, yeah, we got 3 games that haven't even started yet. Warman at Melfort. That's an 8:30 Manitoba start time. Battleford, Melville. Weyburn, Estevan, both 8 o'clock, and they must have moved the time. They did move the time up to Kindersley today, right?
They did. They moved it to this afternoon.
Anyway, it's 2-2 in the third period. Manitoba Junior Hockey League action tonight. Burton has beaten Swan Valley 6-0. They moved that game up earlier today. Other games have just started. There's no score between the Blizzard and Niverville in the opening period. Likewise, the Winnipeg Monarchs and Portage. Steinbach's taking a 1-0 lead over Dauphin. CFL playoffs being undershadowed because of this big baseball game. Boy, I give, even though Winnipeg lost today, I give them full credit for coming back and fighting hard. Won't be at the Grey Cup this year, but a great effort this afternoon. They lose in the crossover game in Montreal, 42-33, and wow, what a wild game in the West semifinal. The Stampeders down a ton early, but they fought back as well.
Yeah.
BC wins on a late field goal in overtime, 33-30.
We need one of my teams to win. I need 2 teams to win tonight, the Bombers and the Blue Jays. My Stampeders are out, but they had a pretty decent season, so that was good to see.
We'll get to the NHL scores our next break. Flin Flon a 3-1 lead as we begin the second period here tonight. Hawks jump on it. Will Witter quickly across the bottom line. He walks in and gets a quick chance, and save made by Roberts. NHL games, a lot of finals already here today. As we got Boston beating Carolina 2-1. Winnipeg a 5-3 win against Pittsburgh today. Nashville doubled up on the Flames 4-2. Sharks have beaten Colorado in overtime 3-2. Buffalo a 3-2 lead on Washington in the second. Florida, Dallas are in the shootout. It's 3-3. Minnesota a 2-1 lead on Vancouver in the second. Leafs lead the Flyers 2-1 in the second. Montreal leads Ottawa 2-1 in the second. And later tonight, Connor Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks in Edmonton to face Connor McDavid and the Oilers. 3-1 the game here, like we mentioned. Puck beside the Bomber net. Stitton had that one knocked away, but it comes right back to Fashawn. He made a nifty move there. Fashawn will carry it to center, loses his balance, pokes it ahead to Stitton, just a little bit out of his reach. Wallington intercepts it, but gives it away. We got a penalty in behind the play here. We're going to have coincidental roughing calls being handed out here to Fashawn for Flin Flon and Shields from Nipawin. Shields loses his stick, and he's holding his hand. I'm thinking that might be a slashing penalty against Fashawn, I would think.
He's in quite a bit of discomfort, Shields.
Shields has got to make his way back to the dressing room, so somebody's going to have to maybe serve the penalty for him.
Yeah. I don't know.
Does he even realize he has a penalty? I don't think he does.
They have 2 on the board.
Yeah, he signaled rough. He's getting a roughing penalty. And Shields can't believe it. He took one heck of a slash. He's in all kinds of discomfort here. So coincidental minors have been called.
Referee says either to the dressing room or to the penalty box, and Shields is headed off to the Nipawin Hawks dressing room. He's in quite a bit of discomfort holding his arm.
Well, somebody's going to have to go and serve this penalty here. 4-on-4 hockey coming up. Nipawin's only got 3 guys out there.
Here comes somebody over now, 39, Rob.
Yeah, that's going to be Durrett, I think is his name. Anyway, Nipawin will get 2 more guys out here. Yeah, the penalty being handed out here to Deruin, pardon me. He'll serve the penalty. As Shields got shaken up here, so our 4-on-4 puck comes back. And Jakob took a chance and a good shot. And nice job by Gage Roberts to knock that one down again with a lot of traffic in front. Again, if you're Mike Reagan, why would you want to change anything, right?
Absolutely. You don't want to change anything from that first period. It was, except for the 1 goal, pretty much a perfect period for the Flin Flon Bombers.
Attack, and they were throwing everything they could up the net and getting traffic in front of Roberts. After the base stop, the Hawks will force this one out. Blue Jays come up empty, by the way, after having the bases loaded. It's Dodgers batting now, top of 3. As football gets the puck to the phone, and they score again! Shaft in this time! I think Jakubchuk, the D-man, got the goal. He does. Yep. The Bombers get the puck across the line, and that might be one that Roberts wants back here. Here's the replay on it, as Jakubchuk will take the pass here.
Watch Arbery.
And then he just throws it out front, but you're right, Arbery, actually it almost looks like Arbery redirects this, does it not?
He came close, but I tell you, Reed Arbery, and again,
he's right at Roberts' face. So
getting players in front and in the face of the goalies is what's working. And
that one comes 54 seconds here into the second period. We'll see who they give the goal. So they're going to give the goal to Jakubchuk. But I'll tell you what, Arbery was definitely a factor in that goal going in. Leaves will get an assist. The Hawks try to come back. Wraparound attempt there. The save is made by Peck, and the puck is coming back to Nipawin blue line. Radlock pokes that one ahead. Bruce will intercept. Try to come back to Breho off his skate. So a 4-1 Flin Flon lead. Pierce Jakubchuk has picked up the goal, and that is his first of the season. As he just basically shovels at the run of the net and makes its way in. Breho deep inside Nipawin territory. The blue line to Mounier. Mounier sends that back to Martin Watts. It's off like a shot. Didn't miss by much again. He had Breho out front trying to tap that one in, but he just missed it. Tate will get it here for the Hawks. He's in his own zone. They head to Wallington at center. Wallington gets a hold of it, rips it back inside the Nipawin zone. Jansen waits for it. He's all by himself. The rest of the Hawks were chasing a nice job to win that battle. Back against it, a chance. Blocked in front, never made it through to Peck. Puck laying in front of the Bomber net. Now Mounier will scoop it up. Being watched by Anderson. Pitches that one off back to that to Ward. There comes Ward. Flips it back to Mounier. Pass up the left side for Alexander. Too far. Icing against Flin Flon. And they'll blow that down with 17:46 to go in the second period. Bombers, a 3-1 lead after one. Here's Jakubchuk gets his first of the year here early in the second. And nothing really fancy at all. Mike Slips has kept the puck and go to the front of the net. That's been pretty much the story for Flin Flon in this hockey game.
Absolutely, and it's a great strategy. It's something that
It's a simple strategy that works if you do it well.
And when you don't have the real powerhouse scorers like the Justin Lees and the Steve Gruners, that's what you have to do.
Got to find ways to score, especially 5-on-5, which has been a real trouble for this team. Ward will rip that one wide. Bombers have 3 of their 4 goals 5-on-5 tonight. Mounier forced back in his own zone. Got to backtrack. Jansen on top of him. Dishes it back to Ward. Ward tipped it ahead to Mounier. Mounier got to come back to Alexander. Tied up with Mitchell. Puck will roll back in the Hawks zone. Grabbed here by Nesbitt. as he had Delisle on top of him, just got rid of it. Puck scooped up here. Foxel banging up the boards back in the Flin Flon zone. Icing negated. Holmes there to get it. Throws in the corner here for Pashon. He'll get a hold of it. Ewan gets a piece of it, throws it deep inside the zone and try to chase it down. Cutler on top of him. Cutler got a piece of it, but Delisle still cut it off. Back out the blue line. Holmes' a quick chance. Back down in front. Backhander by Delisle and a good save by Roberts. And the Bombers doing a really good job using their point men getting shots through tonight as well.
Maverick Delisle having a great game so far here tonight. He's another great Mike Reagan find, and he's played very well this season, and he's had a great game tonight, as they say.
Joey Lee's the lone assist, by the way, on the Yakimchuk goal. 4-1 Flin Flon. Off the face-off, a chance for Delisle. He just ripped that one wide. Almost 5-1. Then the hot D-man, Seabrook, turns it over in front of his own net. And Roberts will pounce on that. 16:40 to go in the second period. 20-6 is the shots in favor of Flin Flon so far in this game. Peck hasn't even really been tested. Other than the goal by Watson, they haven't had any real chances in front of that net.
No, he hasn't. You're right, Robbie. I don't think there's been any major saves anyhow.
Rashawn will get that one through, directed to the corner that time by Roberts. Got his blocker on that. Loose puck back to the Nipawin net. Flin Flon continues to work for it here. Wallington has got Ulmer pinned up along the boards. Bowman in there trying to dig that puck free. Nice work here by Bowman. Throws it back out front. Bouncing puck, and Les Bronx will get a piece of it. But again, Roberts able to grab that. Good hard work along the boards that time.
It sure was. And Les Bronx right in the right spot, too. He was nearly able to put that one through.
16:13 to go in the second period. A 4-1 Flin Flon lead. First game in over a month here at the Whitney Forum. And decent turnout with the baseball game going on. Leaves will take the face-off here against the Hawks. Will Witter. Witter to the blue line, held in by Bruce. In deep here for Lees. Back to that, try to set out front to Arbery. He was covered on a stick-up. Arbery going to take a high sticking penalty here. Unintentional, but it came up and caught Ashton Tate. And Nipawin will go back to power play for the third time here tonight. They're 1 for 2.
Good power play. Reed Arbery thinks that it might have been a little...
well, he definitely hit him in the face.
He did. It was a penalty for sure, but Reed Arbery...
You can't embellish that.
No.
So 16 minutes to go in the second period. A high sticking penalty to Arbery.
Especially with the referee standing right there.
Again, you have to have control of your... I mean, it's, like I said, unintentional, but you still hit him with the stick.
You're right.
Witter will take the draw here against Stetton inside the Flin Flon zone, the right of the netminder. Kevin Peck. Nipawin trying to answer the Bomber goal here early in the second. The Bombers get the puck off the face-off, off the glass, down the ice it goes. And Wallington, the Nipawin D-man, back to collect it. 7-1 are the shots for Flin Flon in the second period. Wallington let it back to Tate. Tate's got it. He'll take off across the Bomber line, dropped it back to Witter. Feeds it back in here for Tate. Left point for Wallington. Tate back out front. Nice pass. Karkachuk. That look got blocked that time by Yakimchuk. He's got the fourth goal here by Flin Flon early in the second period. Sitting racing after it. Along the boards. And Connor Watson in there as well. Already a power play goal for him tonight. Bruce will dig it free. Feeds that over to Alexander. He gets a hold of it. And he'll send it to length of the ice. And Roberts waits for it. Makes the save. Wallington will pick it up. Back to his own net. 15:09 to go in the period. 1 away to the power play. Quick pass to Will Witter. Witter at center. Jumped it in. Comes right back in front of the Bomber net. Grabbed here by Martin. Off the boards. He'll get it out. Tate will cut it off. He's got the puck at center. Karkachuk tried to feed that back to Watson. Hit a stick. Picked up by Tate. Feeds it back to Wallington. Wallington. Pass to Ashton Tate across the Bomber line. Dropped it back here to Witter. Witter hangs on to it. Comes back to Karkachuk. He'll dish it off, gets the return pass. Karkachuk just inside the blue line. Looks for a lane to shoot it. Back to Seabrook. He'll get a hold of it. Just rips it wide. Low stick side. He'll hit the boards. And back down the ice it comes. 30 seconds to go in the Nipawin power play. 14:26 to go in the second period. It's a 4-1 Flin Flon lead. Here comes Seabrook. Nipawin D-man up to Anderson. He'll chip it in. Try to chase it down. There's Alexander. Ripped that one over the glass and out of play, and he's lucky that hit the glass. Yeah. That's a delay of game penalty.
Yeah, he was. I thought
some of the Hawks were kind of wondering if it did hit the glass. I think it did.
Yeah, I heard it hit the glass.
You clear the glass, you get a delay of game penalty.
Yeah, Bomber trainer on the Nipawin bench reporting to Coach Kozan on the last injury. I don't know.
I didn't see it, but he was really favoring that arm.
Sure was.
14 seconds to go in the power play. 14-14 in the second period. Off the draw, Bruce will get a hold of it. Can't get it out. Seabrook holds it in. Beats it back to Nesbitt. Nesbitt had a guy on him. He'll jump it in back of the goal. Bruce in there trying to get a stick on it. Radloff in there digging away. Penalty is over. And Nipawin is 1 for 3 as Arbery's back on the ice. Arbery played it ahead to Alexander. One-on-one here against Nesbitt. Cuts it. Gets a good chance and a save made. Once again into the red basket here. And Jake Roberts will go down and make the stop. Hawks just one shot on that. Didn't get a shot on that power play.
No, they started to set it up for a second or two, but that was really it. And the Bombers did a great job of icing the puck.
Flin Flon looking like a pretty determined team so far tonight. A 4-1 lead, 13:48 to go in the second period. There's a nice job by Lalemire to take that one off the stick of Mitchell. Mitchell will get it back off the boards, and racing after this one down the ice is Smith, but Yakimchuk caught him off. Back to Bruce, that gets intercepted off the stick, comes back at the Flin Flon zone. Lalemire will get it back. He'll flip that one ahead. Cut off at center ice that time by Mitchell. Right back on the stick of Yakimchuk. He loses the handle. He gets it back. Lalemire's got it at center. Lalemire across the line back to Lees. In tight. Quick chance. Kicked away that time. Big rebound by Roberts, but the Hawks jump on it. Flin Flon will hold it in. Lees is after it. Pass out foot for Lalemire. Knocked away at the last second by Nesbitt. Hawks can't get it out. Here's Bashan. Lees shoots it over top of the net. Bombers continue with their onslaught. Holmes at the blue line. His shot. Roberts will track that. What a chance for Joey Lees in front. Ripped it well over top of the net.
Yeah. But
that's a soccer net, that might be it.
Yeah, but man, the Bombers moving that puck around, and they're just out skating the Nipawin Hawks. Really great.
Apparently, Bichette has just hit a 3-run homer for the Blue Jays there, Mike Slip.
Yeah,
Not to cut you off, but I know that you're into that game.
No, I just got the message from my loving wife, who usually would be at the Bomber game, but no, she stayed home to watch the Blue Jays.
There's a chance in front there for Bowman, knocked away. Here comes Watson quickly the other way. Watson to center across the Bomber line, trying to go in himself. Taken out the last second by Holmes. Bombers will feed that back to Bowman out of his reach, cut off by Hoynes. Back to Watson. Inside the Flin Flon zone. Ulmer. He'll knock it down. Played it back here to Holmes. Back of the goal to Fashawn. Shift that one ahead to Bowman. Out to center ice. Here's an opportunity for L'Esperance. He picks up the puck. Gets it deep inside the Hawks zone before Seabrook comes and takes it from him. Watson back. Try to pin it up along the boards. We'll roll back to the Nipawin net. Seabrook there. L'Esperance will chase him. Seabrook will bring it up the ice.
Penalty
coming up against Flin Flon. Hoynes will dump it in. Peck over top of his stick.
L'Esperance with a slash.
You're right on top of that one, Mike Slip, and that's going to be another Nipawin Hawk power play. Their fourth of the night. Mike Reagan will not like these undisciplined penalties his team is taking.
And that in the offensive zone is always a killer. I saw it happen. Wow, Bichette.
A 3-run homer. The Blue Jays up 3-0. Some Flin Flon folks at that game. Dave Coop is down there.
Wow, nice.
Dave, if you're listening to this game on the internet, I would really like a World Series t-shirt. If you're listening. You might be a big Bomber fan. You can do both. You could be watching a ball game and be listening to CFPR on his mobile device. Anyway, he's there having a good time. And I'm sure the rest of the fans in attendance are as well. As that puck was pushed down the ice, it's a Jim's Custom Doors and Windows penalty kill. The fourth in the game for Flin Flon. They've killed 2 of the 3. And lead this game 4-1. Here's Wallington, the Nipawin D-man. Back to Tate at center. He's across the Bomber line. Gets it over to Will Witter. Witter loses the handle. Here's a chance now maybe for Alexander. 2-on-2. He and Arbery break away at center. Alexander down the right side. Had Arbery out front, but couldn't get the puck to him. Karkachuk. He'll come back and pick it up inside the Nipawin zone. Here comes Karkachuk. Stick handles to center. He'll dump the puck inside the Flin Flon zone. Bruce got a piece of it. Nice job. Picked up here by Stitton. Off the glass. Back down to Nipawin territory on top of Roberts. He makes the save. Seabrook grabs the puck. 1:10 to go in the power play. And 11-11. We're playing the second period. 4-1 Flin Flon in front. Here's the drop pass to Hoynes. Off his stick, Radloff. He gets it back to center. Feeds it over to Seabrook. Seabrook will take a look. Flipped it back in Flin Flon territory. Hawks just one shot in this period. Back-to-back power plays. Not been able to register a shot to power play. They got a pretty good one coming in tonight, like we mentioned. Fourth best in the league at 22%. The Bomber penalty kill has really struggled this year, but have been pretty good so far tonight. That puck hits a partition, comes to the side of the Bomber net. And the Bomber netminder, Devin Peck, not going to take any chances. Good news for the Hawks is it looks like, Shields has returned.
Yep, that's him.
So he's back, and
that's good.
Maybe it was just a muscle or maybe a sore muscle. He's nodding to Tad Cozen. He's good to go. So, and kudos to the Flin Flon Bomber trainer for going in there and attending to him.
Yeah, that may be a stinger of some sort with that slash, but glad to see him back.
Absolutely. I'm sure the Hawks are happy to have him back as well. 33 seconds remaining in the Nipawin power play. They got the face-off for the Flin Flon zone. They win the draw. Seabrook's got it. Back out front to Ryan. Can't get a stick on it. Back to Seabrook again. Hoynes out front, knocked away for Sean. What a great defensive play. He's taken off short-handed down the ice. He'll drop it back. It comes outside the line. Lees tried to sell it, but definitely came out. But a great play by Fashawn nonetheless to knock that one down. What a game he's having.
Beautiful play. He jumped up nicely. It was great, great effort, and Joey just couldn't catch up to that puck. He was working hard trying to, but just didn't make it.
15 seconds remaining in the Nipawin power play. 10-18 to go in the second period. A 4-1 Flin Flon lead. Hawks one last chance on the power play. They got the puck at their blue line. Here's the pass to Minska. He'll jump it in. Comes right out front. Knocked away. Great alert play that time by Rhett Ewan. That'll do it for the Hawk power play. They're 1 for 4 tonight. Les Bronx is back on the ice. The Bombers' penalty kill has been very good for Jim's Custom Doors and Windows in this game, killing off 3 of 4. Bombers back to full force.
Penalty.
Lyle at center. Dropped it back to Ewan against the Bombers again.
Yeah.
They got a Bomber down and behind the play.
Yeah, Kumchuk. That's what the penalty was called on.
Did you see what happened?
I just saw the collision. I didn't see what the penalty might be. I think he's calling an elbow.
He's slow to get up. I didn't see it. That's well behind the play, but he's really shaken up here. He looks like he's going to stay in the game here, the trooper that he is. He gets up even before the Bomber trainer gets out there. The Bomber trainer in pretty good shape now. Got out there pretty quickly, but boy, Yakimchuk up pretty quickly, shaking up and behind the net.
Pierce was running away from the trainer, didn't want to talk to him, wanted to get back on the bench, regroup, and get back out there. He's had a nice game, too.
So it looks like that's going to be our second Pepsi power play contestant, Pat McKenzie, who gets his products at the gateway. Good luck to him with the Bombers do score in the power play. He'll win a 12-pack of Pepsi, courtesy of Arctic Beverages, your local dealer of Pepsi Cola in northern Manitoba and Saskatchewan. We'll get that power play after the media timeout. Flin Flon in front 4-1 here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Bailey Homes has 15 years of experience in the North, specializing in RTM homes and foundations, and are also proud supporters of our community. They are so thankful to Flin Flon and the surrounding areas for supporting them for all these years. They're always willing to chat with a potential customer to help Bailey Homes show what they can do for our community. Visit bailey-homes.ca to find out how they can help you build the home you are looking for. Reconnecting with friends, sharing time with family, or just enjoying your own company. Do it with the service and quality that you know and love at Chicken Chef. Take advantage of their fall menu by going classic with the dry ribs and Caesar salad. Be adventurous with the Chipotle chicken salad, or see what all the hype is about with the Chicken Frickle Burger. Open Monday to Saturday, 8 to 10, Sunday, 11 to 7. Chicken Chef, where it always feels like home.
Bombers on the power play for just the second time tonight. They are 1 for 1. Pat McKenzie, once again, our Pepsi power play contestant tonight for Arctic Beverages. Gets his products at the gateway. Here's a short-handed chance, so for Anderson, he quickly gets the puck back across the Bomber line, and we got another penalty coming up here. High sticking call, and Peck has said something to the official. He's going to take a penalty as well. So look out. That power play lasted all of 13 seconds. But Sean going to go here for a high stick, I believe. And is Lee's going to serve the penalty here for the goalie? Because Peck was the guy that said something. He looked right behind him. Well, you want to talk about undisciplined penalty that was?
Yeah.
You can't show up the referees. These guys got to start learning that. Anyway, Pat, we'll give you another chance for the next power play, whenever that might be. It's only 13 seconds long.
There's been directives from the league about
guys know better.
Talking back to the goalie. Yeah, the heat of the action and the emotion. You're right, though, Rod. You got to be more disciplined.
So it's going to be a double whammy here against the Bombers. Peck will get the unsportsmanlike. He mouthed off to the referee. And then Bashan took the high stick, and it might have been a bit of a weak call the first one, but still. Again, you got a 4-1 lead. You're allowing Nipawin to get back in this game.
I think that first, I don't know. I think that first one might have been a makeup on the
maybe.
And maybe that's what Peck was frustrated with. But
anyway, the long and short of it, a 4-on-3 here for the Hawks. Bombers win the faceoff. That's Holmes. He's got it. He'll get it the length of the ice here. And Roberts got a piece of it, picked up by Wallington back to the Nipawin net. So a 4-on-3, lots of open ice out there. Wallington quickly to center. Gets it across the Bomber line, dropped it back to Big Connor Woodson. He'll shoot that one. And, he's thinking shooting all the way with the amount of goals that he's got.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll fire that right into the chest pad. Peck will grab it. He'll make a save. 127 in the original penalty, which was handed out to Nipawin. And 140 in the two penalties assessed to the Bombers. So Karkachuk back out there to take the face-off against Arbery. Off the draw. Here's Aston Tate trying to come back out front. Knocked away. Great job by Mounier. And he'll get it back down the ice for Wallington. He'll race after it, pick it up inside the Nipawin zone. Plenty of time, a minute and a half to go in the 4-on-3 chance. There's the pass to Tate, the return pass to Wallington. Dropped it back to Karkachuk inside the line. Wallington, back of the net, hangs on, throws it back out front. Here's Karkachuk, a chance. Partially blocked that side. Puck stays inside the Flin Flon zone. Tate will hold it in. Tate gets rid of it to Karkachuk. Wallington at the blue line. Karkachuk's got the stick. Caught back out. But out. Good save. Peck slides out and takes that one away from Tate. Great save. Wallington holds it in. Back to Karkachuk. Top of the circle. Makes it with the high slot. Shoots it. Blocked in front. Watson will grab it in the corner. 48 seconds remaining in the penalties. Bombers desperately trying to clear. They do. Great job that time, Matt Holmes. Roberts out to make the save. Had to be careful because Alexander came out there, was in his kitchen. And he'll drop it back to that. It's picked up this time by Seabrook. Here comes the Nipawin D-man. Passed up the left side. Will Witter along the board. Throws it out front, a little bit behind the Nipawin forward. But Radloff has got it. Got the back up front. Wait, it's a chance. And that one got blocked in front. I think Bruce hit that one. Radloff gets it back. Seabrook at the left point. Walks in, blocked by Yakimchuk. Yakimchuk trying to get out. Now it's a 5-on-3. Alexander will poke it. He gets tripped up. 7 seconds remaining in the two penalties. Hawks got to hurry. Hoynes to center. Across the line, dropped it back to Smith. Throws it back in. Knocked down here by Bruce. Flin Flon tilts the penalties. Jasper Lee's on the box. It'll get away from him. Rolling back inside the Nipawin zone. So Nipawin 1 for 5 on the power play here tonight. The Jim's custom doors and windows penalty kills been good for the Bombers. Their percentages should jump up if their penalty killing continues like this. Down to 7:13 to go in the second period. Here's a chance now. Radloff trying to cut in here. Pocket pick. Good play that time by Martin. Hawks throw it back in. Ewan's got it. He'll flip it back to center ice to get to Stitten. Another penalty in behind the play here.
That was too many men on the ice by a long way.
Well, he caught it. And so did Devin Peck, the Bomber netminder, as he made his way. No, cross-checking call. Going to be called against the Hawk captain, Radloff. So,
Tad. Sorry, Rob.
Tad. We'll go back to Pat McKenzie here on the Pepsi power play. Only had 13 seconds last time.
Had a nice chat with Pat in between periods. I was going to say, and I apologize, Tad Kozin cannot be happy with the play of the Nipawin Hawks this evening. I mean, they have 3 shots, and they had a 4-on-3, and Devin Peck made up for his error of saying something to the referee, making 2 fantastic saves.
Bombers on the power play. Lalamere in the corner for Ewan. Back up the blue line. It goes to Ward. Here's a shot. Roberts tracks it. Lots of traffic in front, including Landon Alexander, who's always hanging around in front of that net. He's got a goal and an assist here in this game. But a great chance for the Bombers to try to capitalize after their penalty killing unit's been so good tonight. 1:50 to go in the power play. 6:48 here in the second period. A 4-1 Flin Flon lead. Hawks though off the face-off will send that one down the ice, and Ward to go back to get it. Had that chance the last time they had the face-off in Nipawin territory. Feeds that one back to Arbery. A power play goal for him tonight. Nice pass across the middle. Now Lemire breaking down the wing, and that'll hit a stick and go over top of the net. Ewan rims out around the boards. Arbery waits for it. He'll knock it down. Reed Arbery will play it in. Looking back, and at that time for Alexander. Pinned up along the boards here. Flin Flon after it. Can't knock it down. Hawks do. And back down deep in Flin Flon territory. Peck will make the save, and Ward will grab it. 1:10 to go in the power play. Ward back inside Flin Flon territory. Swings that pass to Lemire. Couldn't get it cleanly. Played it back to Ward, who almost coughed it up. He takes Anderson down. That could have been an interference.
Yeah.
Probably should have been. Here's Lees. He'll get it back. Ahead to Stitton. Played it back to Martin. Martin in deep. Throws it out front off the side of the Nipawin net. Seabrook will pick it up here for the Hawks. Lees intercepts it from him. Played it back to Delisle. Delisle at the point. In deep that time for Stitton. Tried to come back out front to Lees. Play broken up, but Delisle gets it. Lees. Looking for the pass out front. The Bombers working to Fashon at the blue line. There it goes to Martin. Back out front. Lees is there. It goes off his heel. What a great setup that was. Couldn't pick up the pass. Puck will roll back down in Flin Flon territory. Martin there to get it. 20 seconds to go in the Flin Flon power play. Lees takes the pass. He'll rip it in. Martin will wait for it, but he can't knock it down. It comes back to center for Sean. Back to Lees. He'll whistle it in deep this time for Stitton. Knocked away by Seabrook. Power play set to expire. Anderson has his pocket pick, but the Bombers can't capitalize. They're 1 for 2 in the game. I guess that'd be 1 for 3 now. Hawks will get it out. Puck sent back inside Flin Flon territory. Back to 5 aside. Icing negated. Yakimchuk back on the ice. Ahead to Bruce. Tate got a piece of that one. Martineau came over and took it away from him. Now Nipwood's got the puck deep inside the Flin Flon zone. Now it's Brooks free. And grabbed here by Ulmer down the wing. Looking for the loose puck out front. There's Lesperance. Feeds it back to Bruce. He'll knock it down. Bruce, backhander. Save made. Roberts. Rebound in front. And Bombers can't whack it in. Good chance by Bowman. Bruce again. Feeds it back to Yakimchuk. He fans on the one-timer. Good work by Lesperance in the corner. Tried to work it back out front. Tate on top of him. Good work here by the fourth line. Bowman, Lesperance, and Ulmer. And they're able to pin the puck up along the boards. Will force a face-off deep in Nipawin territory.
That doesn't happen very often, that they're able to pin it up and the referee blows the whistle. They usually let them go forever.
3:53 remaining here in the second period. The shots 29-8 in favor of Flin Flon in this game.
Yeah.
And they got a 4-1 lead.
As they say, Tad Cozen cannot be happy with the Nipawin Hawks' effort so far, but plenty of hockey left.
Absolutely. Delisle set for the face-off here. As he'll line up here against the Hawks goal winner deep in Nipawin territory to the left of the goaltender Roberts. Bombers win the draw. Mounier threw that one in deep. Puck laying back of the Nipawin net. Bombers working to the point. Mounier just holds it in. Now he gives it away. Knocked away. Here is a chance for the Hawks. That Shields back out there. Tried to come back out front. That was broken up. Puck laying inside the Flin Flon zone. Grabbed by Ward. Up the boards to Martin. Hawks keep it in. There's a chance for Karkachuk. He spins and fires a bit of a knuckleball. And grabbed and held on to here by the Bomber netminer Peck. Just a nice shot that he's faced in this hockey game.
Nice, solid save by Devin Peck. Out cutting down the angle. Taking it and cradling it in the breadbasket.
So 3:27 to go in the second period. A 4-1 Flin Flon lead. They're out shooting the Hawks 14-4 in the second period. 29-9. The Dodgers have got a run. It's 3-1 Blue Jays now. Top of 4 on the McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Game 7 of the World Series. Wow. Is this the first time they've ever gone into November to play?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's usually wrapped up by now, is it not?
Yep.
I guess that's what happens when you play 7 games. Seabrook will zip that inside the Flin Flon zone. Rashawn lost the handle back of the goal. Nipple would love to get a goal here late, get back in the game and get some momentum back. Here's Connor Watson. Flipping it in. Nipple going to work here, but Holmes with the steal. Feeds it over to Martin. Watson took it from him, but put it right on holds his stick, and he'll flip that one back down the ice. Seabrook there to collect it. Got to be careful. Out of Guy Breho on top of him. Puck will roll back in the Flin Flon zone. Icing negated. There's Vachon. He'll pick it up on the fly. He'll carry the puck out. Lead pass to Alexander. What a game for him as he'll flip it in. Alexander races after it and gets a weak shot away. He was kind of hooked up as he made his way to the front of the net, but able to flip that one back out front. And Roberts will stop it and hang on with 2:34 to go in the second period.
Another fast period.
Well, these teams are absolutely flying out there tonight.
Yeah. The Bombers, I don't know how many times you said that Bombers pickpocketed a Nipawin hockey, and you're absolutely right. It's been countless times.
Back to Yakimchuk. He'll rip down in under the glove of Roberts. He's got it. Although I will say that Nipawin has not coughed up the puck as much in this period as they did in the first.
No. But the Bombers are able to move the puck around in the offensive zone in this period. I mean, 16 to 4 shots.
Then will take the face-off here against the Ruin. It's a back to Bruce. Long shot into the glove again. And gloved and held on to here by Roberts. He probably cannot give up another goal tonight if Nipawin's going to come back and win the game.
No. Speaking of only 4 shots, if you look over to Devin Peck, always working on his movement when the play is in the other end and trying to keep engaged.
There's Alexander, a chance. He'll fire that on target. Roberts stopped that. Again, a lot of traffic in front, including Big Rat Ewan that time. Hawks get it to Anderson at center. That almost looked offside there. I think it might have been. Nipawin might have got away with one there.
It was.
Yakimchuk took a good hit in the corner, but played it ahead. Rat Ewan outside the zone to Alexander off the tip of his stick. Intercepted, thrown back in Flin Flon territory. There's Yakimchuk back inside his own zone. Leaves it there for Bruce. He'll flip it ahead. Ewan's got it. He's got a lane going. Ewan cutting in, throws it out front, and a good defensive play by Cutler to knock that one away. Looks like Alexander took a bit of a high stick. Another power play coming up for Flin Flon.
Yeah, absolutely. Landon looking to see if he's been cut. Doesn't look like it. So it'll be 2 minutes, but some good play. I mean, Yakimchuk having a great game. Landon Alexander having a great game. Arbery, of course, Joey Lees, and no baggage tonight.
Larry Williter, our Pepsi power play contestant, gets his products at Walmart. Good luck to Larry. If the Bombers score on the power play, he will win a 12-pack of Pepsi, courtesy of Arctic Beverages, your local dealer of Pepsi Cola in northern Manitoba and Saskatchewan. Flin Flon 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. And again, heading into the night, 21% ranked 5th overall. The Nipawin penalty kill ranked 2nd best at 86.6%. Flin Flon with a chance. Ward, side of net for Ewan. Spins, fires. That one goes wide. Alexander can't knock down the puck. It'll come outside the zone. And Ward will chase it down inside his own zone. First game for Sam Ward at the Whitney Forum here tonight. Played a lot of games on the road, but his first chance to suit up here at the Whitney Forum. He's really looking forward to getting into the lineup tonight. Bombers will throw that one in tight. Chance for Radomir, but it rolls away from him. Ewan on the doorstep, and a few of the Hawks taking exception to where he's standing.
Yeah, I don't know if you really want to mess with Brett Ewan. He's a tough cookie. And he's been a great player, but his play has really improved this year.
Again, another guy that knows how to get to the net and uses his size to his advantage.
Absolutely, and he's been good with the puck.
And you're right, I don't think a lot of guys want to mix it up with him. A very big, strong, physical player. Arbery taking the face-off against Will Witter. Thinking of Ewan, he knocked it down, made a good play in behind the net. Alexander's got it along the boards to Arbery. Here's Ward at the blue line. Top of the right circle. Now Lemire slides that one through, but puck got knocked down. Ward will hold it in. A minute remaining here in the period. Here's Reed Arbery. Along the boards to Ward. Big scores! Power play goal, Sam Ward. And I'll tell you, that one went right upstairs where Grandma keeps the peanut butter. What a shot by Ward. Power play goal. You know what that means, don't you?
No.
A 12-pack of Pepsi off to Larry Willerton's house. You can deliver that tomorrow. You got nothing better to do.
That's right. No, I mean, what am I going to watch? Maybe an NFL game or something. The World Series will be over.
So Flin Flon 2 for 4 the power play. What a beautiful snapshot there by Sam Ward there, Mike Sleff.
It was a great shot.
His second in a Flin Flon Bomber uniform. That'll come at the 19th ball mark here. And the Bombers busting things open. A 5-1 lead here at 41 seconds to go in the second period. Bombers will get the puck in deep right after the goal, but now Nipawin will chip it out. Deshaun will go back and pick it up inside his own zone. Almost dropped that one up. Watson knocked it down, took a bit of a knee. He's going to draw a penalty. So late penalty coming up against the Bombers here. There's a chance for it on target that time by Wallington, and Peck will grab it. Now we're going to get, I think, a kneeing penalty. We are.
Yeah.
Yakimchuk, maybe, the D-man, or no,
I think it's Boychon.
No, Trejo, I think.
Sure, Yakimchuk.
He's certainly arguing it.
Yeah, it's Boychon.
Alrighty, so a kneeing penalty being called. The Nipawin Hawks back on the power play for the 6th time tonight. So another Jim's Custom Doors and Windows penalty kill. But a big power play goal there by Sam Ward. That was beautiful.
It was just an incredible shot. And again, a good sport check by the Bombers, keeping the puck in the zone.
22 seconds to go in the second period. A big face-off inside the Flin Flon zone. Left to the goaltender. Devin Peck leads to take the draw here against Ashton Tate. Hawks do themselves a big favor to get a goal here in the final 20 seconds. They win the face-off deep in Flin Flon territory. Tate back in the goal for Watson. He's got the power play marker tonight. He goes down hard. Puck is underneath him. And he'll hang on to it. We'll get another face-off inside the Bombers zone. 8.5 seconds remaining in the second period. A lot of people clinging to their phones tonight. I think I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're watching that baseball game. Humboldt, by the way, is beating Kindersley in the shootout tonight. That's an unofficial final, according to the SJHL website. Winner to take the draw here against Leeds, back inside the Flin Flon zone. Off the draw. Peck will swat that one in the corner. Back out front to Tate. Big fire. Good save that time. Peck will face out. We got something happening in front of that. Bruce is down. One of the Hawks, I think that's Will Witter on top of him.
Tackled him.
They got tangled up with 0.3 of a second up on the clock. Witter going to take a penalty on it. Looks like both guys.
I don't know if the Bomber deserved this penalty.
Couldn't tell. They're both tied up and on the ice at each other.
Roughing.
Coincidental minors being called at the end of the period. 0.3 of a second up there. And again, the Bombers a 5-1 lead. Huge face-off here inside the Flin Flon zone. I'll tell you what, Devin Peck not having to make a lot of saves tonight, Mike, but when he's had to make a big one, he's done that.
And you know, not only saves, but moving the puck like he did in that last play. He just scooped it away from the net. Nothing fancy, but just clearing the puck out of the way. You know,
Bombers trying to make a late change here. The referee said that ain't happening. Mounier's going to come back out there. Karkachuk will take the face-off here against Lees, and now Arbery trying to sneak back in there. The Bombers only got 3 guys on the ice.
They only can.
They need to get one more guy out there.
Yeah, it's offsetting penalty.
Anyway, Arbery looks like he's going to get himself back in the zone here. Referee, I guess, lost track how many guys were on. Well, so did Flin Flon, I guess. Anyway, Karkachuk for the face-off against Lees to the right of the goaltender, Devin Peck. 0.3 of a second on the board. That's going to do it. And the Bombers will add a couple more goals to their totals here, including a power play goal here by Sam Ward. We'll take a quick break. Big intermission coming up here tonight, Mike. Not only are we going to flash back and look at all the goals that were scored, it's our first Flin Flon Bomber Legend Series of the brand new year. Going to be joined by a guy that played a lengthy time in the NHL, Dennis Polonich. You and I were chatting before we went to air. Pound for pound, one of the toughest guys of his era.
He built like a fire hydrant, Rob. I got to know him a little bit when he was back in Calgary, but a legend for sure.
And a former Flin Flon Bomber. We're very excited to catch up with him coming up in the second intermission tonight. Let's take a break. Second intermission show for the Co-op. We'll be back momentarily with the second period scoring summary here on 102.9 CFPR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Creighton Furniture understands that you don't want just any appliance or piece of furniture.
4, it's 5, including the intermission.
That make a statement. And Creighton Furniture has what you need to create the feel, function, and features you want in your home, including great prices on upright freezers, retro fridges, and furniture with the colors you've been dreaming of. Make a statement by shopping at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center, 688-7587.
It's the stomping and the whining that I struggle with. The crazy family home I have is perfect, but for the stomping and the whining. I'm sorry, son. We are watching Dad's big game and then our movie. You'll have to use the old TV in the basement for your games. No good? What do you mean, no good? Okay. I'll see what we can get for you and your friends at Shane's. Great news. Shane's carries a variety of Skyworth Google TVs made with affordability and decent graphics and sound in mind. Easy to use, pairs with your kids' tech, and you'll be happy with the price. Find Skyworth TV options at Shane's at the Echinike Mall and get rid of their stomping and your whining. Shane's. Watch, listen, play, connect.
Northland Ford proudly supports the Flin Flon Bombers throughout the SJHL season. We know that the Bombers will play tough like the Ford F-150, the toughest truck on the market for over 40 years. Northland Ford helping the community cheer on the Bombers as they work to bring a championship to the best fans in the league. And
10 seconds.
With the best selection on their lot. In the North, for the North, Northland Ford, the dealership you tell your friends about.
Alrighty, welcome back to Whitney Forum, the second intermission show for the co-op, our Northland Ford second period scoring summary. We should quickly, Mike, comment on the We Scare Hunger campaign. I know you were accepting non-perishable food items here tonight. How did it go?
We were a little concerned because, the Blue Jays game and then the time change of the game, but it went very well. Thanks again to the great people of Flin Flon, Grayton, Denair Beach and area. They supported the Scare Hunger. I think we may have broken a record this year. We'll find out a little more on Monday when we do the count. We got to get the schools in. So thanks to everybody out there. It's a really important initiative that Northland Ford does, and it helps the food bank a lot. So thanks again.
And you can still drop off donations all next week, right?
Absolutely. And if you can't come by, just give Northland a call, and we'll come get it.
Sounds good. Quickly, the Northland Ford second period scoring summary is 3-1 Flin Flon after one. Yakimchuk, nothing fancy, just got a hold of it, went to the net. I think Reed Arbery might have been a screen. Anyway, he gets his first of the year, 54 seconds in. Leads the lone assist on that one. Then a late power play goal by Sam Ward, a beautiful stop shot over top of the left shoulder of Gabe Roberts, his second in a Bomber uniform. Arbery and Ewan the assist at 18:42. Shots 15 for Flin Flon. The Bombers a two-period total of 30. Nipawin a two-period total of 9. I got Flin Flon 2 for 4 on the power play, Nipawin 1 for 5. And that is the tail of the tape after 40 minutes. Again, when the Flin Flon Bombers lead after 40 minutes of play this year, their record is 5-0. When Nipawin trails after 2 periods of play this year, 1-4. We'll see what happens tonight. The Bombers have built up a 4-goal lead. They lead at 5-1. That's the story after 2. One more quick break. It's our first Flin Flon Bomber Legend Series of the new year. That's right. The guy built like a hydrant, one of the toughest guys pound for pound, Dennis Polonich. He'll join us momentarily on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com. You don't want to miss this interview.
Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast.
One
Donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more. Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
And good evening and welcome to our second intermission here tonight as we will continue with our Flin Flon Bomber Legends Series, our first installment this year. And it gives me great pleasure to bring back a former Flin Flon Bomber out of Foam Lake who played for the Bombers back in between 1971 and 73. Dennis Polonich, of course, one of the toughest guys pound to ever put on a Flin Flon Bomber jersey. Dennis, great to catch up with you. And, how's life treating you these days?
Life is good. I had a little bit of a setback here in the, last March. I had a double bypass, but I'm healing well and recovering, and life goes on.
I hear you. Well, it's great to hear your voice, Dennis, and I know you always love talking about your roots with the Flin Flon Bombers. I know it was a long time ago, but maybe it just seems like yesterday. I guess let's talk about how you first arrived in Flin Flon. How did you become a Bomber? Kind of take me back to that.
Well, I got a really funny story. There was a goaltender by the name of Herman Hordell. Played for the Bombers before I did. and he was from Wynyard, Saskatchewan. He told Patty Janelle, said, Patty, there's a little guy in Foam Lake, just 30 miles from me. I think you should send him an invite to training camp. He's not very big, but he's good. So I get an invite from Mr. Janelle, and we didn't have a phone on the farm, so I called Patty Janelle from my grandma's house because I didn't have very good equipment. I had secondhand skates, and I heard if you make the team, they supply everything, but I didn't want to sound cocky, so I said to Mr. Janelle, I said, Mr. Janelle, I'll be at training camp, but what kind of skates should I bring? And there was silence because he was confused with the question. And then about 30 seconds later, Sonny, bring the fastest ones you got. So I jumped on a bus and took the bus up to Flin Flon. I had no idea where I was going, but everything worked out great. I was going up there on a mission. There was no way I was coming back home.
That's what I hear. You were very, very determined to make this hockey team, and you did. And, of course, you were a scrappy guy, tough as nails. I think it's safe to say that it was a good fit for you, but a good fit for the Bombers as well.
Yes, it was a win-win situation, and when I look back now, it molded my life. I worked in the bank, I worked at the mine, and made decent money. We paid our own room and board. I lived with Mrs. Peters, and but at 17, 18, 19 years old, it taught you how to manage money and how to manage your life. You learn to go up fast.
You told us the one good story about Patty Janelle. What was it like to play for him, Dennis? I think it's safe to say you were his type of player. I'm pretty sure that you were. But looking back, what was it like to play for Patty, and really what did it mean playing for the Bombers for you to kick off your hockey career?
Well, he there's no question, he molded me into the player I became. Before I went to Flin Flon, I played in Moose Jaw with a midget team, and Clark Gillies was on that team, and Greg Steele was on that team, and we ended up winning provincials. And I ended up winning most generally player, believe it or not. And then I went to Flin Flon, and Patty Janelle molded me into the player that I became, a real hard-ass kid to play against. I always played against the other team's top lines and in a defensive role, but at the same time I could contribute offensively as well. So yeah, Mr. Janelle, Patty Janelle had not only me, had a lot of influence on a lot of hockey players.
I know a lot of guys certainly love playing for him. He was certainly one of the elite coaches of his era. How about the fans in Flin Flon? They love hockey. They love rough hockey. What do you remember about playing for the fans in Flin Flon back in the day there, Dennis?
Well, the story that I have, we all had winter parkas with Flin Flon Bombers, with the Flin Flon Bomber crest on it, and they were maroon in color. So they stood out. No one else in the city had that. And we didn't have cars. We walked or hitchhiked everywhere in the city. And if you had your bomber parka on, they would pick you up. The first cars that went by would pull over and offer you a ride. So yeah, the fans, like I said, they're passionate. They love their hockey.
The good news for you was Flin Flon wasn't your final stop. It was actually just the beginning. You went on to play a very lengthy pro career with Detroit. How did you become a Red Wing? How did that all work out there, Dennis?
I was drafted by the Red Wings, 116th overall, I believe. And again, I was at my grandma's house because there was a phone, and I got a phone call from Mr. Janelle, and Mr. Janelle said, Polo, I think Detroit is coming up to the draft here shortly. I think they're going to take you. And I didn't care where or who or what or where. But it was an original 16, and I got chosen 116th overall. Signed a 3-year contract at $7,500 signing bonus plus the money that I had saved working in the mines. I bought my own cottage on the lake in Saskatchewan. I still have it today. Paid $8,000 cash for it.
When you were playing in Flin Flon, did you think a lot about moving on to the NHL? When did you kind of think about the NHL and think, geez, I might get drafted here, have a chance to play professional hockey? When did that kind of come on your radar screen?
Oh, it started early when we were kids. We played street hockey, and back in those days, there was only one game on TV, Hockey Night in Canada on Saturdays, and then they added Wednesdays. But Toronto Maple Leafs were my favorite team, and Dave Keon was my favorite player. I was Dave Keon when we played road hockey, and I ended up wearing number 14 in Flin Flon in honor of him.
Awesome. So when you went to Flin Flon, you were thinking in the back of your head, geez, if this goes well, I might be able to play in the NHL?
Yes, I mean, that's every kid's dream, and you know, I was fortunate. It came to fruition for me. And like you said, I had a lengthy career, 12 years with the Red Wings, never traded, 14 years pro. So yes, I'm very grateful that I got to live the dream.
That's one thing about the Flin Flon Bombers, in particular, Patty Janelle. He paved the way for a lot of careers. I'm going to throw a name at you tonight, Dennis. Do you remember Gene Carr?
Yes, he played just before me. Craig Reachwald and Jerry Hart and Gene Carr. I played with Wayne Stoughton, Wayne Branch, and Jack McElhardy, Gary Howard. So we had a very tough team as well.
The reason why I bring up Gene's name, because I remember interviewing him, and he told me when he played for the Bombers that they were so good, skilled, and so tough that he felt that there was pro teams at that time that they actually could have beaten.
Wow. There's a lot of great hockey players went through Flin Flon.
Let's talk a little bit about some other things. I know you went on to coach the Yorkton Terriers in the SJHL for a few years. How did you enjoy that? What was that experience like for you?
Well, as I said, when you're going through life, a lot of times you got to ask yourself some questions. And when I retired from hockey, like I said, I saved a little bit of money, and you know, I looked at fast food, pizza places, Tim Hortons and whatnot, and probably would have done well, but I didn't know anything about staffing or payroll or whatnot. I just kept thinking, you know what, Dennis, stay in hockey, that's what you know. So when I retired from playing, I became a coach and general manager, and my first job was the Yorkton Terriers in the Saskatchewan Junior League, and then I went on to Medicine Hat and Prince George Cougars. And one of my highlights, obviously, Medicine Hat. I had some good players, Mike Rasche, Rocky Thompson, Rob Niedermeyer, but that I'm still in touch with today, who's an awesome human being. Just Zdeno Chera, I brought him from Slovakia to play in Prince.
Hi, sorry, 2 minutes, 48 seconds.
Yeah, it's amazing the relationships you get in hockey, isn't it?
Well, it's just, you go to war with you. That's why sports is so good now for my grandkids and stuff. It teaches you a lot of intangible lessons in life.
Quickly, before we let you go, I want to throw a couple other things out. Yeah, I understand you actually had a chance to meet Andre the Giant.
Yes, I did. Back quite a few years security wasn't like it is today. But anyways, we got down by the locker rooms, and one of the security people went into the dressing room and brought him out, and I got my picture taken with him. And all I can say is, oh my God, like, I never thought anybody could be that big. But yeah, just imagine his lifestyle, how he manages to get around doing that.
Do you want it to go to commercial or right back to you?
25 to 30 steaks a meal.
Okay.
Oh God, I believe it.
Yeah, so that was in Detroit. You had a chance to meet him then?
I think it was in Detroit, yes. He wrestled at the old Detroit Olympia, I believe.
Quickly, before we wrap it up, Dennis, if you have to pick one particular moment, what are you most fond about with your time with the Flin Flon Bombers? What comes to mind?
Just making the team, molding my future, beating, the Regina Pats in the playoffs with Sobchak and Gillies and Warnchuk and Greg Jolly. And then the next year they went on to win the Memorial Cup. But, just the fact that, I went there, just a raw kid, farm boy from Saskatchewan, and made the team.
And I know you got a lifelong friend out of it. I know you and Stewie Lloyd are still pretty tight today.
Yes, he was one of the best billets. I didn't live at his house, but I spent a lot of time there. And again, we stayed in touch with them. So yeah, he's a great guy.
Listen, Dennis, we could sit here and talk hockey forever. I appreciate your time. Once a Bomber, always a Bomber. Thanks for doing this. And who knows, maybe with the 100th anniversary of the team and community coming up, we'll see you again.
5 seconds.
Well, that'd be awesome, and thanks for having me, Rob.
There he is, Dennis Milanich, our Flin Flon Bomber, our very first installment in the Legends Series. Fine gentleman, great ambassador for the Bombers, great hockey player, both as a player as a coach, and retiring and enjoying life in Calgary, where we caught up with him. We're just underway here in the third period. The puck is sent inside the Hawk zone. The Bombers have killed that Nipawin Hawk power play. They're now 1 for 6 in the game. And the Bomber penalty kill been red hot here tonight. The Jim's Cup doors the window penalty kill. The Bombers have killed off 5 of 6 Nipawin power plays. Here's Martin. Kicked off the scoring tonight. Tried to get it back out front. Watson on top of him. Martin will knock it down. Tried to come back out front. Watson's got it. He'll flip it out, and Ward will track this down. He got a power play goal late in the second. Plays this one ahead to Breho. And look out. He ripped that one over top of the glass, and it hits the bar and almost takes out Perry Brash over at the far side of the rink. 36-13, the shots in favor of Flin Flon, just underway in the third period. Boy, the Bomber penalty kill been red hot. And you know, those 6 power plays, I think Nipawin's been held to 5 shots or less.
Yeah, they haven't had very many shots at all, Rob. I mean, this whole game, they're only 13, let alone on the power play.
So the face-off back in the Nipawin zone. They've put in the backup goaltender, actually. Matthew Bradley's come in to play the third here tonight. We're going to give Gage Roberts a rest. Arbery off the draw. He'll rip that over top of the net. Numbers for Bradley this year, 1 and 2. He's got a goals against a 3.58, a save percentage of 891. He was in net for the victory against Melville last night. And he'll get a chance to play, make his Whitney Forum debut. Here's Michon, long shot, that goes wide. Delau tried to get to it. Picked up, and Hawks again can't clear. They get a second chance. They'll whack that one back to center. Holmes will get a stick on it. Played it ahead to Arbery. He gives it away. And
actually, Rob, Peck's still in the game.
No, I'm talking about Nipawin.
Yeah, you said Bradley.
Sorry, I gave the wrong Bomber. Yeah,
this is Colton Scott.
Yeah, sorry, my apologies, Colton Scott. Look at him, he's 4-0.
I was going to say, he's had a decent season when he's been able to play.
He was in net for the win against Melville last night. No tactical. There you go. My apologies, Colton Scott, 4-0. Goals against a 2.78, a save percentage of 917. And he's got really funky equipment, too.
Yeah.
Well, he's in relief here in the third period. My apologies, Bradley, of course, the Flin Flon Bomber netminder. Had them reversed. When I knew the change had been made, I knew it wasn't Gage Roberts anymore. And to give him the third period off, Flin Flon in front 5-1, just underway in the third period. That is Seabrook. Lifts it back in the Flin Flon zone. That's Ward. To Mounier, back to Ward. What a goal he scored at the end of the period. Here comes Ward, quick up the middle. Ulmer a chance. Ulmer coming in and swatted away at the last second. Great chance that time by Cutler. Great defensive job to slide across and knock that one away. And the Hawk bench came to life, was slapping the sticks on the boards as they should. Might have saved a goal there. Looked like Ulmer was off, but Cutler able to slide across, made a great play. Lesperance back of the Hawk net. Flin Flon continues their ferocious forecheck here. Nipawin been under siege. They cough the puck up again. Moongate will throw it out front. Ulmer a chance. He rips it over top of the Nipawin net. Boy, Lesperance getting worked out front by Cutler. Ryan will pick up the puck here for Nipawin. He's by himself. He'll bring it inside the Flin Flon zone. They'll throw it around the board. There's Anderson for Nipawin trying to keep it in. Picked up by Hoynes, back to the Bomber net. Nipawin trying to go to work here. Sends it to the blue line to Nesbitt. His long shot, never made it through. It hit Alexander. Alexander will knock Hoynes to the ice. Wallington races to left point. He'll keep it in, but right on the stick that time of Ward, he'll flip it out. Or Willie. Puck got knocked down, stays inside the Flin Flon zone. Watson can't get to it, swatted away from him, comes back to center ice. Here's Nesbitt. Feeds that one back to Wallington. Up the middle, intercepted by Mounier. A little scrabbly here in the third period. Back to Ward. Off the skate. Hoynes will get to it. Got to come back to Watson. Intercepted by Ward. To Red Ewan. He throws that across the Nipawin line. Knocked away by Nesbitt. Flip back to center. Ewan picked that one off. Hit Alexander with the puck. Nipawin will grab it. Nesbitt fans on it. Feeds it back to Wallington. Red Ewan going to chase him. Wallington will skate with it outside the Nipawin zone. Plays that one to center ice. Looking for Anderson. Too far. Icing called. 14:46 to go in the third period. McDonald's out of town scoreboard here tonight. World Series Game 7. They're going for all the marbles in Toronto. The Blue Jays a 3-1 lead. Dodgers down batting the bottom of 5. Take a look what's happening around the SJHL. One game is complete, like we said. The Humboldt Broncos picking up another victory, knocking off Kindersley. 3-2 in the shootout earlier today. We'll get the rest of the scores. Our next stop with the play. Face off in Nipawin territory. Hawks try to jump on it. The Bombers have the puck, though. That's Breho. Along the boards. Anderson took it from him. He'll get rid of it and shovel it back inside Flin Flon territory. There's Yakubchuk. Back to Delisle. Chip that in for Breho. Trying to race after it. Nesbitt there first, but Breho tied him up in the corner. There's a chance in front. Only looked like he had Martin open, but knocked away by Nesbitt at the last second. Off the glass, chases Flin Flon's Yakubchuk back in his own zone. Bruce, back to Breho. Pass too far, icing called against Flin Flon. Other games in the SJHL, we mentioned Humboldt, the 3-2 shootout win against Kindersley. Weyburn, Estevan 1-1 in the second. Melville, 1-0 lead on Battleford in the second period, and Melford leads Warman 2-0. How about the Wolverines? They beat the Mustangs last night 5-2. Got to be a franchise highlight.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand the attendance has dropped off a bit there, so hopefully they can get some excitement going in Warman. I know they will. Richard.
Well, Halloween night, Blue Jays were on yesterday. I know they had a small crowd last night, and maybe the win against Melford will get people jacked up there.
Yeah, it should.
Face off inside the Flin Flon zone. The right of the netminder, Devin Peck, done a lot of work, but when he's needed to come up big tonight, he has. Shots are 36-13 Flin Flon. They go back to work again. Martin back out front. Here's a chance for Joey Lees. He'll knock it down. Blue line, Yakubchuk fired it on target. Save is made here by Scott. Like we said, the backup goaltender. Colton Scott, 4-0 on the year, has made his way into the net.
I don't think Gage Roberts leaves a game very often. I wouldn't think.
And I don't think he left because of his play tonight. I mean,
no, I just said maybe
what's going on, and
maybe get a little jump in his team because there really hasn't been much.
And just to see what Scott can do in the Whitney for him, he's had such good numbers this year.
Yeah, he's a good young goalie.
Lees will take the face-off here against Jansen. Good work by Lees along the boards. He knocked it down, tried to come back out front, tied up in the corner that time by the Nipawin D-man Nesbitt. Flin Flon converges on the puck, deep inside Nipawin territory. Cutler will dig it free, the Nipawin D-man. Had a guy draped all over him. But he's looked like he's going to get out, but our very good work along the boards. He'll knock it down. They get it back out front. Nesbitt tap this one to Karkachuk at center. A backhand pass. He gets it over to Jansen. His shot off the stick over the glass and out of play. 13-14 remaining in the third period. MJHL scores tonight. One game this afternoon saw Verdun blank Swan Valley 6-0. Hey, the Blizzard hanging in there against Niverville. They're, I think, ranked third in the country.
Yeah.
Niverville up 3-2 in the second. Portage a 2-0 lead on the Winnipeg Monarchs in the second period. And Dauphin Steinbach 4-4 after 2 here tonight. 5-1, Flin Flon leads this game. 13-14 to play third period. Faced off at Flin Flon territory. Lalimier, they're really hoping he can get back on track offensively. We'll leave it to Arbery at center. Dishes it off to Lees. Lees quickly across the Nipawin line, trying to flip it out front. And a great job by Arbery to come over and take that away from Wallington. Here's Arbery circling back to the Nipawin net, looking for someone to give it to. Try to go backdoor to Lees off his skate. Picked up by Radloff. He'll get it to the center ice for the Hawks before Mounier steers him across the boards. Here's Ward. Back to center ice, picked up by Wallington. He'll rip it in. Stopped back of the Bomber net by Peck. Leaves it there for Mounier. Had a guy on top of him. Lipon gets it back. Bowman trying to lift that one back, but he hit a leg. Ward will get it back in his own net. Ryan watches him out front. Gave the Bomber netminder Peck a bit of a whack, but he'll go off for a change. Ward will hang on to it. Now he'll bring it up the ice. Ooh. Middle ice for Lesperance. And boy, Watson had him lined up. Saw him just the right amount of time. And does the smart thing and backs off. Otherwise, his head's in that corner.
Yeah.
Nice alert play by him to pick up on that. Here's Bowman. He'll pick it up across the Nipawin line. Back up front. Lesperance a little bit behind him. Karkachuk ties up with him in the corner. Deep inside Nipawin territory. Flin Flon trying to work it free. Karkachuk has got it. Over to Watson, his backhander. Back to center ice. Grabbed by Karkachuk, but Yakimchuk quickly poked it off his stick. Ulmer back the other way, races across the Nipawin line, down the left side, out front, looking for Bowman. He was tied up. There's Hoynes. His backhander, picked up by Karkachuk, trying to flip that back to Watson, bouncing puck. Nobody can get it. Finally, Lesperance has it at center. Tried to feed that across to Ewan. Intercepted by Cutler, hit Watson. He's across the Bomber line. He'll throw that towards the front of the net, but it's wide. Puck bounces over the glass and out of play. 11:10 to go in the third period. 37-13 is the shots.
The Bombers still able to pickpocket, the lack of a better term, the Nipawin Hawks.
Yeah, they've knocked a lot of pucks off their stick.
Yeah, and got caught up from them behind and stolen them. Yakimchuk with a great play there.
Face-off back inside the Flin Flon zone. The left of the netminder, Devin Peck, Will Witter. Will take the face-off for Nipawin lining up here against the Bombers wide stick. Both players will be in Martinsville next week for that Camden West showdown. Here's a pass for Alexander down the right side. He'll bring it in. Took a pretty good slash as he makes his way to the front of the net. Scott will jump on that. It looks like somebody caught Scott in the hand. He's kind of shaking his hand a little bit as they cut to the front of the net.
Yeah, I think he's okay, but you're right. It might have, I think maybe just skating by him got him in the arms. He is having a word with the ref, though.
Yeah, he's not happy. Exactly 11 minutes to go in the game. Stitting a lineup for the faceoff once again deep in Nipawin territory. They're lining up here against Will Witter. I wonder if they'll be line mates. I guess they're both centermen, so probably not. But I guess guys can go to different spots in those all-star challenges. Stitting back to the net, tried to come back out front. Alexander is there. Tried to slide that to the blue line. Knocked down by Fashon. Fashon cutting in, trying to get a shot away. Had Shields all over him. But boy, Fashon found a way to make something happen out of nothing there. Bombers break it up at center ice. They can't get the puck to Ewan. Shields right off his stick again. Stinton will pick it up. He'll send it off the glass back in Nipawin territory. Cutler. Back of the goal. Ewan, a big body check on him. Throws it out front. Knocked down by Martin. His shot off the stick over top of the Nipawin net. Bombers have been by far the more physical team. Got Ewan back of the net. Looking for someone to give it to. Left point and goes back to Ward. Trying to come out front to Stinton. He's covered. Anderson intercepts and puck stays in. Good play by Mounier. He'll fire it on target. Stick save made. Scott will kick that one up over the glass and out of play. Exactly 10 minutes to go in the third period. Another quick one here tonight. And the Bombers in business so far with a big 5-1 lead.
Absolutely. Very impressed with the size of the crowd tonight. I mean, it's definitely not the biggest crowd of the season, but pretty good for maybe one of the biggest nights in Canada's sports history. on TV.
Well, I guess it doesn't hurt that they haven't played a game here in a month either, right?
Fair enough.
Here's a lead pass to Jansen for the Hawks, but he can't make anything happen. It gets away from him. Ward with the steal. Mounier forced back to the Bomber net. A couple of guys draped on him. He'll play it off the boards. Seabrook picked it up, fired it on target, pecked the save. There's Mounier. Moves it out front to Martin. He'll dish that off to Mounier. 3 Bombers away to center. Here's the pass to Breho. He's able to get out of a body check that time by Mitchell. Mounier will grab a hold of him. They might get out of here. We got penalties coming up for sure.
Yeah, it's going to take them both.
Mounier and Mitchell grab onto each other across the around the boards, right in front of the Nipawin bench. They kind of got tied up, and you're right, they're both going to get penalties with 9:23 to go in that third period.
Mitchell, big man at 6'3". Mounier's pretty big himself.
Media timeout. We'll take a break. Flin Flon in front, 5-1 here on 102.9 CFER and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Bring home the savings at the 253 Co-op. You'll find your favorites and new items that will become your favorites. Western Canada's Learning Greenhouse Farms are providing on-the-vine tomatoes, and you can taste the freshness. Cruise by the Co-op Butcher Shop because grilling season isn't over yet. And when it's time to clean up, pick up the new Co-op Gold Foaming Dish Spray that lets you wash with power. For freshness, value, and variety, visit the North of 53 Co-op. You're at home there.
Get the power to blast through winter at home with Honda residential power generators and snow blowers from RAG 1987 in the paw. You can save up to $400 on select home backup generators like the Honda Ultra Quiet EU 3000i ES power generator with up to 3,000 watts of power and lasting up to 20 hours on 4 liters of fuel. RAG even has tools for the snow like the Honda 71cm 28-inch wheel drive snow blower featuring a powerful LED headlight and
10 seconds.
Snow up to 16 meters away. Get these great deals and more at RAG, located on 2nd Street West. RAG, your exclusive dealer to certified Honda parts in the paw.
And welcome back to the Whitney Forum here in the third period. A 5-1 Flin Flon lead, just under 10 minutes to go. Shots are 39-14 Bombers. And the special teams are a big part of the story tonight. The Flin Flon Bombers are 2 for 4 in the power play. Nipawin 1 for 6. So coincidental minor being called. Some 4-on-4 hockey. Lees, Sean, Arbery, and Holmes for Flin Flon. Hawks will counter with Smith, Hoynes, Wallington, and Seabrook. Arbery to center. Lifted ahead to Lees. Lees will tap that one across the Nipawin line, but quickly knocked away from him. Flin Flon holds it in. Lees gets it back. They're going to say no, it came across the blue stripe. And Joey Lees thinking he had a pretty good chance there in front of the net, but it did just come out outside the zone. Limestone on top of it.
Standing right there, it was close, but absolutely came out.
Lees and Hoynes once again outside the Nipawin blue line. Puck hits a leg, comes back inside the Flin Flon zone. Fashion's got it. Left it there for Holmes. Had to be careful. Smith on top of him. He'll move it ahead. Here's the pass to Arbery. Arbery up the wing inside the Nipawin zone. Good move, Arbery. Walked in. Good shot. Good save by Scott off his right shoulder. Holmes knocked it down. He'll flip it towards the front of the net. Scott will slide out and he'll grab that. And he looks pretty comfortable the way he moves side to side, does he not?
He sure does. He's we mentioned his stats are very good. He hasn't played as near as much as Gage Roberts, but very good. And he hit it right on the head. He's got quite the pads. Must be from a previous team. It looks very American.
Well, Colton Scott looking pretty good here so far. Like we said, 4-0 coming into the game tonight. In relief of this one tonight, as Gage Roberts gave up all 5 goals here the first couple of periods. Hawks have the puck right now. Still plenty of time to work. 8.5 minutes to go. They try to go for comeback here, but Ulmer will take that right off the stick here. Will Witter. Ulmer back inside his own zone. Witter comes back at him. Gets the turnover. Ulmer will get it back. Throws it back to the net this time for Yakimchuk outside the zone. Tried to hit Ward with the pass. Too far for him. And he thought he beat the guy for the icing call, but linesman felt differently. They'll blow it down, and we'll get a face-off back inside Flin Flon territory with 8:11 to go in the third period. 4-on-4 hockey for another 48 seconds.
My first chance to see Ward. He's impressed me tonight, too. He's had seems like a great skater and very engaged.
And you don't see him make a lot of mistakes.
No.
4-year Western Hockey League guy, as Tate will take the draw. inside the Flin Flon zone as they'll line up here against Lalamier. They tie up off the face, soft. That's Smith with a chance. He'll fire it on target. Save is made by Peck. Tried the wraparound, and that one got blocked. Speaking of Ward, he'll pick it up at center ice, going one-on-one here. Oh, what a move he made on the D-man. Then he got taken down here by Cutler. Fans want a penalty, and they've got a case here. That was interference.
That's unbelievable.
What a move he made, though, Mike.
Yeah, great move just after speaking about him.
I don't fault Cutler there because he beat him clean, but that should have been a penalty.
It would have been a good penalty.
Here's Desmond back the other way. I don't know, with all the marginal stuff they've called tonight, how do you not call that? Here's Karkachuk off the bench. He'll rip that over top of the net. Puck is chipped out. Boy, was that ever a sweet move there by the Bomber D-man. Bowman will knock it down. He had Les Bronx out front, but couldn't get it to him. Mounier and Mitchell make their way back to the benches for a back to 5-on-5 with 7:16 to go in the third period. There's Seabrook. Up the boards to Lyle. Can't knock it down. Puck picked up instead here by Ryan. They head to Karkachuk at center. Here's Karkachuk. Tried to toe drag, lost the puck. Bowman looking for the pass out of his reach. Seabrook will feed it back to Wallington. Knocked down by Bowman. He'll keep the puck in momentarily. Now he'll go out for a change. Seabrook will pick it up and regroup back to the Hawk net. Under 7 minutes to go. Here's the bag pass too far. Grabbed by Watson. He's across the line. Played it back to Karkachuk. Looking for someone to give it to. Watson hauled down in front of the net. There's Martin for Flin Flon. He'll flip that around the boards. Picked up by Delisle. He throws the blue line, and nice job that time by Nesbitt to keep it in momentarily. Now Flin Flon gets it free. Here's Breho in his net. Breho in behind his guy. Oh, he lost the hand at the last second, but he's going to draw a penalty as well. And that's the makeup call for the one he missed on Ward. Because did that look like a penalty to you?
No.
That's a terrible call.
And a terrible miss by the same referee. And, you know, they do make mistakes, but I thought that
Wallington's not happy, and I don't blame him. That's a terrible penalty.
I thought that penalty or that missed call on Ward could have been a penalty shot.
Way more blatant than what we just saw.
Absolutely. This is what makes coaches and players frustrated. It's inconsistency.
Well, Flin Flon to go to the power play here once again. A new Pepsi power play contestant. Rob Walker going to be our Pepsi power play contestant. Gets his products at the Creighton Petrol Cab. Good luck to him. Flin Flon 2 for 4 here tonight. Puck will roll back to the Bomber zone. Peck is after it off the boards. Hawks get it. They'll shuffle it back to Mitchell on the Hawks side of center. He played that one back to Anderson. He'll let it go through his legs, and it'll roll back inside Flin Flon territory. And Bombers pick it up and start to move things ahead. Here's Arbery. Trying to get that back up the middle. Jansen got a stick on that. Roll back to Ward. Look out. Caught by Letter. A 2-on-0 short-handed. Will Letter. That's a fucking Jansen. What a save by Peck. A 2-on-0 short-handed, and Peck, a beautiful pass. Now they're the other way. That got blocked that time by Seabrook. Boy, Peck's not a lot of big saves tonight, Mike Slip, but he's had 3 absolute beauties, including that one.
Yeah, highlight reels.
A 2-on-0 short-handed, and he denies them with a beautiful blocker save. Leads back the other way. He'll carry the puck in, dropped it back to Fashon. He fanned on that one, almost coughed it up. He does. Jansen's got it. And he'll take a big hit as they're offside. 40 seconds remaining.
Here's that save, Rob.
And here it is. Will Witter throws it right back up front to Jansen, and a beautiful blocker save there, courtesy of Devin Peck. And, you know, we saw him get his mojo back on that last road trip. A lot of offense. The 11-0 victory against Yorkton. But if you didn't watch that game or listen to that game, Yorkton had a lot of chances early. He played really well when he had to before it kind of got away from them. And I'll tell you what, that Humboldt Bronco team, well, if they're not the best team in the league, they're the second best team between them and Weyburn. And he played really good going head-to-head with that tough lineup there last Saturday.
Devin seems to have settled in as a Bomber. You're right.
Great effort tonight. Here comes Flin Flon on the power play. Ulmer will carry the puck in. Off. Oh, coast-to-coast rush, and he'll put that off the mask that time to Scott, who finds it and grabs it. 19 seconds remaining in the power play. 4:36 in the game. 5-1 Flin Flon in front here tonight. Fans counting down the minutes. Want to go home and watch the end of that baseball game.
Still 3-1.
Scherzer, a nice start tonight. There's Yakimchuk, a chance. West Bronx with the redirection just over top. 3-2 now. Top is 6. The Dodgers got another run. Toronto trying to hang on here. Trying to get some runs. Leaving a lot of guys on base again. Here's Ulmer. Back to Bruce. To Ulmer along the boards again. Scott fires. Save. Scott rebound. He makes the save on that one as well. Scott a couple big saves here. Robbing Ulmer not once but twice as the power play expires. And Flin Flon 2 for 5 tonight. But this Scott looking pretty good in relief of Gabe Roberts here tonight.
Yeah. Speaking to Devin Peck from Colorado Springs, Colorado, home of the U.S. Air Force Academy. Beautiful country, and I've been there. It's beautiful.
Wyatt will take the face-off against the Hawks. Linus, we're down to 4:13 remaining in the third period. Back to 5 aside. Yakimchuk will rim that around the boards, looking for Wyatt Stinton, picked up in front here by Alexander. Blue line for Bruce. Alexander again in the corner, tried to come back out front. Here's Bruce, long shot, over top of the Nipawin net. Alexander picked it up in the corner. Nice work to get it back to Yakimchuk. He's got a goal tonight. He spins, and that one will go off the stick over the glass out of play. 3:47 to go. 44-17. Although a little bit tighter in the shot department in the third period. 8-7 in favor of Flin Flon. Fans starting to make their way home to watch that baseball game, Mike. They don't want to wait for the final 3:47 here.
Well, I kind of don't blame them, Rob.
Well, the stranger things have happened.
I totally agree, but
face off inside the Nipawin zone. The right is Scott. The Hawks win the draw. Wallington has got it. He's trying to catch Shields behind the D. He got in there. Peck came out. And a good defensive play by Mounier to knock that one down midair. Flin Flon quickly play back to center. Here comes Big Rhett Ewan across the Nipawin line. He'll dump that one in deep. Wallington back. Around the boards. Mounier cut it off. He'll hold it in. Mounier outside the blue line. He'll flip it back in, and Wyatt Stinton races after it. Wallington hit hard in the corner. He's shaking up. Stinton's got the puck. Out front to Ewan. Jamming in, though. Here comes Anderson for the Hawks back the other way. Anderson will bounce that off the boards. Holmes there to cut it off. Leaves it in the corner. This is Mounier. He'll take a look. Big Connor Watson on top of him. Hooper skates it at center. Witten will poke it, or Stinton rather will poke it ahead. Turn the stick that time. Of Nesbitt, he'll send it in. Under 3 to go. Mounier poked it ahead. Martin tried to come back across the zone to Breho. Broke it up at center ice by Nesbitt. He gives it right back to Fashon. To Delisle, inside Nipawin territory. Delisle will carry it in. Back of the goal here for Breho. Breho also headed to Martinsville next week. 2 Bombers are going to be there. 1 Nipawin Hawk and Will Witter. Delisle with the steal. Beats it back to left point. Yakimchuk, a shot through traffic. Scott stopped that. Rebound picked up by Delisle. Jamming in. Yakimchuk after it again. He'll pinch in. Yakimchuk back of the goal. Working his way back out front. Spins, fires. Breho redirected it, but it got stopped. Watson will poke it back to center. Jansen will get a hold of it. He'll flip it back at Flin Flon territory. Yakimchuk there in the corner for Fashon. Fashon drops it back to center ice. That's Delisle. He'll dump it in under 2 minutes to go in the third period. 5-1 Flin Flon in front. Here's the stretch pass. Smith can't pick it up for the Hawks, but he'll follow Fashon down the ice. Bumps with him back of the Bomber net. Here's Reed Arbery. Back up the middle. Seabrook there to break that one up. Trying to play that one ahead to Ryan. A little bit out of his reach. It's an icing call against the Hawks. 1:25 to go in the third period. And Flin Flon, very solid effort here tonight. Their first game in more than a month here at the Whitney Forum. Well worth the wait if they're going to continue to play like this.
Yeah, it's a great game. Just quickly, Rob, I forgot to mention with Scare Hunger, wanted to thank a couple of organizations. North of 53 Co-op, who let us set up there twice. The Flin Flon Bombers, who sent players to man those days at the North of 53. And, of course, the Flin Flon Bombers tonight. Thank you all very much.
Bombers have the puck inside the Hawks zone, looking for one more, maybe with a 5-1 lead late. There's Reed Arbery. What a game he's had. Power play goal will knock it back to blue line. Holmes' shot, back top block. Bruce had it, then he got knocked down the blue line. A 2-on-1 here for the Hawks. There's a chance for Smith cutting in and knocked away at the last second. Arbery there to help out the D as we have less than a minute remaining in the third period. Flin Flon in a comfortable position at 5-1. Here's Lalamier racing across the Hawk line. Lalamier out front. Scott got his stick on it. Puck will come to the line. Flin Flon, did they hold it in? No, they did not. Puck picked up here by the Nipawin D-man. That's Mitchell. Moves it ahead to Shields. He's got some wheels. Bumped off the play, though. Yakimchuk moves it ahead. Here's Lesperance. Off the right side for Ulmer. He's had some chances. He'll knock that one down, carry it in. Back of the goal for Lesperance as he gets tied up in front of that time by Nesbitt. Yakimchuk has it. Trying to come back out front off of the skate of Ulmer. Bombers throw it back in deep. 10 seconds to go. Ulmer continues to race after it. Got away from him. Down the ice and hits somebody. Icing negated. Peck will come out. And he'll shovel it all the way down the ice. And that's going to do it. After Whitney, 4 of the fans will go away happy as the Bombers will pick up a convincing 5-1 victory and just did a lot of things right in that game tonight.
The Bombers, best game I've seen them play. You've seen them play more than me, Rob, but you're right. There's no hangers on. They all played very well and good team effort game.
Very tight checking there in the third period, but the damage was done in the first couple of periods tonight. Flin Flon, like you said, a solid 5-1 victory. We'll take a break. Lots to get to here tonight. Going to have our final scoring summary. We'll have all our post-game show awards, Great North post-game report, and a tribute to a former Flin Flon Bomber that we lost just a few days ago as well. So it's all coming up here at the conclusion of the broadcast tonight. Bombers a big win. 5-1 the final. Here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Life is sweet with all the beautiful colors of autumn, and Maytag wants to make it even better.
Should be 9.
Sweet savings event on until November 5th. Buy any 2 qualifying Whirlpool or Maytag kitchen appliances and get an extra $150 off. But that's not all. Upgrade to 3 or more and you'll save an additional $300. That's hundreds of dollars in savings on top of already great deals. Time is running out. Shop Maytag at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center today.
Bailey Homes has 15 years of experience in the North, specializing in RTM homes and foundations, and are also proud supporters of our community. They are so thankful to Flin Flon and the surrounding areas for supporting them for all these years. They're always willing to chat with a potential customer to help Bailey Homes show what they can do for our community. Visit bailey-homes.ca to find out how they can help you build the home you are looking for.
Yo, dude, can you pass me a bubbly from the fridge?
Yep. Here you go.
Thanks, man.
No problem. What's that sound?
Oh, you mean this?
What? How do you do that?
I did nothing. That's just the feeling you get when you drink bubbly sparkling water.
Wow. Do it again. 12 flavors, 0 calories, 0 sugar, and a tasty, refreshing feel. Bubbly sparkling water.
Northland Ford proudly supports the Flin Flon Bombers throughout the SJHL season. We know that the Bombers will play tough like the Ford F-150, the toughest truck on the market for over 40 years. Northland Ford helped the community cheer on the Bombers as they work to bring a championship to the best fans in the league.
10 seconds.
You with the best selection on their lot. In the North, for the North, Northland Ford, the dealership you tell your friends about.
And welcome back to Whitney Corbett's official Flin Flon Bombers. A 5-1 victory here tonight on home ice as we take a look at the final scoring summary here tonight. Didn't take long for Flin Flon to get on track offensively. Martin gets his third of the year. Delisle the assist on that one. Just a minute 31 in. Again, a terrific pass from Delisle back of the net. Feeds Martin out front. He gets his third of the year. Goes 5-hole on Gage Roberts. Alexander comes back. That's going to stand up as the game winner. That came at the 3:26 mark. And he's able to get out front and bank in his third of the year for Pashon and Ewan at 3:26, 2-0 Flin Flon. Hawks the only puck to beat Devin Peck tonight. Boy, was he dialed in. As Connor Watson continues his terrific play with the extra attacker, gets his 11th of the year. Karkachuk and Tate the assist the power play goal at 8:08. 2-1 Flin Flon, but they would restore the 2-goal lead. Ray Arbery on the power play, his 7th from Alexander at 14:28. 3-1 Flin Flon after one. They'd had a couple more goals in the second. as Yakupchuk would get his first of the year from Joey Lees. Again, nothing fancy, just made his way to the front of the net, got the quick shot, and made it 4-zip before Warburg scored a late power play goal. His second from Arbery and Ewan at 18:42. Shots tonight in the third period, 8-7 Flin Flon. They put 38 towards both Nipawin goaltenders. Gage Roberts, who was in net for 30 of those shots the first two periods. The team did settle down, played quite a bit better defensively in front of Scott in the third. Anyway, Flin Flon combined 38 shots to the two Hawk netminders tonight. Nipawin able to get 7 on Devin Peck in the third. They wind up with 16. So again, the final shots, 38-16. Specialty teams, Nipawin 1 for 6. Flin Flon 2 for 5. Another quick break. Post-game show awards coming up as the Blue Jays continue to lead the Dodgers 3-2 in the sixth. They got the game up on the big screen here. Fans, some of them hanging around to watch the game. Probably don't want to miss anything. Anyway, we'll take a break. The post-game show awards are coming up here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Bring home the savings at the North of 53 Co-op. You'll find your favorites and new items that will become your favorites. Western Canada's Learning Greenhouse Farms are providing on-the-vine tomatoes. And you can taste the freshness. Cruise by the Co-op Butcher Shop because grilling season isn't over yet. And when it's time to clean up, pick up the new Co-op Gold Foaming Dish Spray that lets you wash with power. For freshness, value, and variety, visit the North of 53 Co-op. You're at home there.
Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more, Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
The McDonald's drive-thru at the Walmart location is open Monday to Wednesday, 7 a.m. to midnight, Thursday to Saturday, 24 hours, and they're also open 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday. Stop by, enjoy all your favorite menu items, including the Big Mac, Quarter Pounder, Chicken McNuggets, McChicken, delicious fries, and all your favorite breakfast items. And don't forget to check out the McDonald's app or come to McDonald's to redeem the back-to-school coupons, all at your local McDonald's restaurant at the Walmart location
10 seconds.
in Flin Flon.
Never mind.
All righty, welcome back to the Whitney Forum here as we get set for the post-game show awards. Mike Slip, what do you like for the KFC 3-star selection tonight?
3 stars. Third star going to Pierce Yakupchuk. I thought he played a great game, not only defensively, but got a goal, and he took some good defenseman shots to the net and seemed to be able to take the Nipawin Hawks off the puck. Number 2, Maverick Delisle. He's had a great start to this season and a great find, as I said, by Mike Reagan. I'm giving the first star to Reed Arbery. I thought he played a fantastic game. He scored. He was all over the ice. He played physical. So Reed Arbery is the first star. Warrior of the game, I'm giving that one to Landon Alexander. Thought he had a great game, but there was a couple other guys that easily could have. Hudson Brehout, Ryan Ulmer, Keaton Lesperance was in the action a lot too. So those are your stars of the night and Warrior of the game.
Good selections. Arbery, no doubt about it. All three guys played well. Arbery number 1, Delisle number 2, and Yakupchuk gets his first of the season. Star number 3 here tonight. And, of course, the Warrior, like you mentioned, Landon Alexander, what a game he had, a goal and an assist. I will take one last break. I'm not sure if Mike's going to be joining us or not, but we're going to take one last break, wrap things up so we can go watch the end of the baseball game as well. Looks like the Blue Jays have picked up another run here, 4-2 in the sixth. Guy on second base, nobody out. The Dodgers have gone through a lot of pitchers tonight.
Yeah, their bullpen isn't as strong as it should be, and Ohtani didn't last as long as they'd hoped.
I'll tell you what, I mean, I'm not the biggest Blue Jay guy, but I was happy to see George Springer come back. What a year he has had. And I don't know if there's a comeback player of the year award or not, but he wins it. What a year he had, one of the best years. Very emotional guy, an ultimate team guy. He got hurt, but George Springer, one of those guys you like to cheer for.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just, speaking of Warrior, he's a Warrior.
We'll take one last break. Looks like Mike is going to join us. He'll come up and we'll chat with him momentarily and wrap things up here from the Whitney Forum. Again, a big win for the Bombers. 5-1 the final on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Great North GM in DePaul is one of the leading new and used vehicle dealers in northern Manitoba. Equipped with a highly trained and professional professional sales department, they also have multiple certified trained technicians on site to make sure you get the best service for your car, truck, or SUV at an amazing price. Great North GM. It's always a great day at Great North GM.
The KFC famous chicken sandwich is such a quality, award-winning product that the commercial really doesn't need a lot of bells and whistles. Sure, we could say it goes great with a large gravy! And the Tom Jesh from Intelligence for Your Brain enjoys it. But when you have a breaded buttermilk marinated filet on a fresh potato bun, all you gotta do is let people know that the famous chicken sandwich is at KFC. So good.
And welcome back to Whitney Forum. The victorious head coach, Mike Reagan, has joined us here tonight. Mike, and I guess you do yourself a lot of favors. Again, a couple quick goals, 2-0 before the game's even 4 minutes old tonight.
Yeah, definitely excited to be back at the Whitney. You know, I think that our guys obviously were excited. So, you know, getting out to a quick start was huge for us.
Relentless tonight, Mike. Again, no passengers. A solid 60-minute game. Nipawin, I guess, did tighten up a little bit defensively in the third, but you really caused a lot of turnovers those first two periods.
Well, we were aggressive tonight, you know. I think that we feel a little bit better about winning or getting 3 out of 4 points on the last road trip. So coming in here with a bit of a better confidence in our game and that sort of thing. So I preached all week to the guys that this was a huge game for us, that we needed to be ready for this game. I'll be honest with you, I didn't like a couple of our practices. I was out in Edmonton looking for a bus, so if anybody wants to
How did that go, by the way?
If anybody wants to sponsor the bus, get a hold of me, because we need the money. It was okay. Like, I don't know what we're going to do about it. There was a few things, concerns, a lot of miles on it, so, you know, that sort of thing, but we're looking, and we need one, because our well, you know, Hardy, it's on the
I heard what Chad said to you the last trip. I don't know what I heard.
So, anyways, you know, I came back, I think I was out there for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We looked at the bus on Monday, came back on Tuesday, was at Wednesday's practice, and I didn't think our practice was great on Wednesday, so it had me a little bit nervous. Thursday was a little bit better, and then yesterday, you know, I think was probably our best practice of the week, which is bodes well going into the game tonight, and that. So happy with the results. I thought we played a stellar game. The first period we were great. You know, second period we were pretty good. I didn't like that we took so many penalties. Discipline was an issue. I thought there were some weird calls. But anyways, at the end of the day, we got the 2 points, and the Jays are up 4-2, so we're happy right now.
And one of the big things about, you know, winning hockey games is getting good goaltending. I know, Mike, you're a little concerned about that a few weeks ago, but Peck was great on the road trip, in particular how he played against Humboldt. He only had 16 shots tonight, Mike, but 3 highlight reel saves. How about the save he makes on the 2-0 late in the game?
Yeah, the backdoor pass there where he gets his right pad on it.
No, I'm talking about the one he made the blocker when the guys from 2-0 shorthanded.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, that. I like the save earlier because the game was a lot closer at that point, and that, I mean, the game was in hand, but a big save for sure, and that's good for his confidence. And well, you know, Hardy, as a former goaltender, confidence is everything. A lot of 80%. What do they say? 80% of goaltending is mental. So. You know, obviously we want to see him make some saves, and I didn't like that turnover, that's for sure. You know, we're trying to clean up those mistakes that have cost us on that 6-game losing skid, and that's one of them. Those are the mental mistakes that we were making, and they were going in the net, and tonight he made a big save for sure.
Big week coming up, Mike. You got Yorkton here on Tuesday, and obviously that 11-0 game is fresh in their minds.
100%. You know, they're coming in here with a chip on their shoulder. I'm sure Emery's going to be reminding them, and you know, nobody likes to be embarrassed that way, and especially in their building. Now they want to come into our building and do the same thing. So, yeah, we got to be ready to go on Tuesday and obviously Wednesday too.
Wednesday you're in Melfort, and that's a big one too on the road too. I mean, looks like you're able to take care of business here, Mike. On the road, obviously, is where you're looking for better results here. In I guess moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, we won our first 2 road games of the season, and then but it just goes to show you, well, you know, Hardy, being around the league for so long, it's hard to win on the road. And if you
and this year, all the teams are. I mean, look at Warman last night.
Yeah, I mean, the parity's a lot closer.
Absolutely.
I don't think you have a team that is just head and shoulders above everybody else. There's a lot of teams that aren't separated by much. So, you know, you got to be ready to play on the road. And again, we talked about it, getting off to good starts on road trips. It's like the first period of a hockey game. When you start out slow, it makes for a long hockey game. When you start out on the road slow, it makes for a long road trip. And there's no question about it that we've got to be better early on in road trips.
Mike, congratulations. Great 2 points tonight. Go enjoy the end of the ball game, and we'll see you here on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate everybody that did show up to watch our game tonight. And I know there's a lot of people that were torn on it. Big reason why we went to 7 o'clock is so that, you know, a lot of our fans are at home now watching the 7th, 8th, and 9th here. So, it worked out for the people that were here, and there's still some people watching, enjoying their popcorn and watching the 7th inning here.
Right on, Mike. Big win tonight. The Bombers beat the Hawks by a score of 5-1. We'll bring Mike Slip in here for some closing comments as we get set to wrap up things here from the booth tonight. Before we get to the final scoreboard, just want to mention the passing of Ernie Poirier, a pioneer in the community, former Flin Flon Bomber, played for the Bombers in 56 and 57. The unfortunate thing for him, did not get a chance to play in the Memorial Cup that year. Was, I guess, traded or released 2 weeks before the playoffs, but still an important part of those teams, as his beautiful Flin Flon Bomber jacket from that era. And anyway, my condolences to the Poirier family. He passed away again on October the 26th. And tell you what, he was a hockey player, but he was so much more than that. A pioneer of the community, a guy that really believed in working hard. But I think the things I really admired about Ernie, he always gave people chances. There's never anybody he said no to for something. He worked hard and really loved kids. You know, he was a fixture, coached a lot of hockey, and he had that big card shop. And I'll tell you what, I spent a ton of time there. Myself, the Hagberg boys, Reese, the mailman. We were there for hours and hours, and Ernie never let us come in, pick cards, trade, hang out, and a wonderful businessman, a pioneer of the community. And I'll tell you what, he'll be greatly missed. So, Ernie, rest in peace, and I'm glad I could call you a friend. And again, my condolences to the Poirier family, a big, big loss for Flin Flon. And like I said, rest in peace, and hopefully I'll see you again one day. Anyway, any closing comments, Mike, before we do officially wrap up the broadcast here tonight?
No, I never had a chance to meet Ernie, but I've heard a lot about him, and again, my condolences.
Just a first-class guy.
Yeah, my condolences to the Poirier family, and thanks to all the Bomber fans, to echo Mike Reagan, who came out tonight to watch the Bombers, and then go home and watch the Blue Jays. So let's hope it ends well.
Anyway, the final score, the Flin Flon Bombers beat the Hawks here tonight 5-1. That will do it for our broadcast. A big thanks to Mike Reagan and Tad Kozin for their comments before and after the game here tonight. Also want to thank Wyatt Stinton, our Creighton Pizza player profile in the opening intermission. Dennis Polonich, great to bring back the Bomber Legends series. What a fine gentleman he is. Caught up with him in the second intermission tonight. And, of course, Operator-in-Chief Ray back at CFER Control. Our next Flin Flon Bomber broadcast on radio from Melfort on Wednesday night, and it is the time change tonight, so don't forget to move those clocks back 1 hour. Give yourself that extra hour of rest that you desperately need, and we'll be on the air with the Great North GM Coaches Show from Melfort on Wednesday, 7:10. Drop of the puck at 7:30, and of course back on Flow TV. That'll be coming up here on Tuesday night. Again, the Bombers win 5-1. Good night from the Whitney Forum, and good luck, Blue Jays. It's getting close.
1029 CFAR thanks you for being a part of tonight's Bomber broadcast. Any descriptions or recordings from this broadcast is prohibited without express written consent of Arctic Radio Limited.
Yeah, I already got 10 minutes loaded.
Next installment